Good evening, gentlemen. How are we this week?
Hello, sir.
Not
How
too
are
bad.
we? We all happy?
Better than last week, that's for sure.
There's a reason I'm wearing all black this week because I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all, man. My team's fucking shit. We're in the mud, man.
You
I don't know.
reckon?
I don't know what we need. I do know what we need, but apparently it's not gonna
I
happen.
think your team needs God, honestly. Even maybe that's not even enough.
At the
this
bare
point.
minimum.
God's not even gonna be able to stop Shane with his decisions at the moment. But, bro, I don't understand. Like, how can he double down on what he's been saying when the media is now like jumping on him, saying like, "Bro, your son's a problem. We need to get rid of him."
I
Like,
think more importantly, he shouldn't be worried about that. I think you're actually making the mainstream media at this point. Honestly, your Flanagan Express, you've been writing it since the start of the season, and it's actually coming to the light recently because I've never heard that many pundits this week speak about Flanagan that much as much as I heard it.
It has been
I heard it on
crazy.
what? On
It's been
NRL
crazy.
360. I heard it on Send, the podcast. I heard it on who else's podcast
Triple
was on
M.
it? Triple M. Everyone's speaking about it, honestly. And it's actually like all the content you've been putting out, it's finally getting to people's heads and they're actually seeing what you're seeing.
bro, you wanna laugh? Someone from the Telegraph called me up yesterday, and he's like, "Bro, you know what happened?" Well, he didn't say "bro," but he goes, "You know what happened?"
Like a telegraph message.
Cuz what happened?
But he goes, "Cause." You know what happened? No, he goes, "Mate, you know what happened?" He's like, Phil Rothfield. I don't know if it's Buzz's son or his brother or his cousin, but Phil Rothfield called up Shane Flanagan, and he's like,
Isn't that Buzz's name, Phil Rothfield?
"Is it?
Yeah, that's Buzz's name.
Is it?"
That's Buzz's name, bro.
Bro,
Buzz's first name is Phil.
he definitely said cuz to you, I reckon.
Hey, cuz
I don't know, but he goes to me,
believe
he
me.
goes to me, "Oh, Phil called him up, and then he's calling him, and he's like, "Oh, there's a lot of videos out there smashing you in media and stuff." He's like, "What are your thoughts on it?" And he's like, "Well, that's where the clip came from, where it's like,
Wow.
oh, my son's been one of the better players for our team. I don't know what the fuck he's watching, because." He's been replying to a lot of fan messages. A lot of people been screenshotting his messages, replying to him saying, "Shut up, you fool," or "What game are you watching?" Like, bro, the bloke's actually cocked.
He shouldn't be watching. He shouldn't be replying.
You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember when Pep was rattled and like people were going up to him in the
You can
street?
have your autograph.
You can have your.
Guys,
Is
get
it
a real
because you
job.
lost?
Guys, get a real job.
But there's a lot of talk saying Sexton to the Dragons, but I personally don't think it's going to solve the issue. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys are big fans of Sexton at
It's
the
an
moment.
improvement.
It's definitely better than what you have now.
But will Sexton be able to help Atkinson next year, you reckon?
Oh yeah,
I
of
think
course.
anyone can help Atkinson except for Flanagan. At this point, honestly.
I don't know. I don't mind having Sexton over Flanagan, but I'm trying to think like, is he going to help Atkinson grow into his game? I don't know.
More than King Tongia will.
Yeah, but that's the future, man.
Yeah,
We-
but
we've
what do you
brought
do
in-
in the meantime then? Do you suck it up for Kyle?
No, what I personally want to do is just run it with the youngsters and just push through with the youngsters, see where they go.
Yeah, but sometimes youngsters need a bit of guidance and they're not going to get it from their
Yeah,
export.
but Sexton's not going to give you guidance, bro. He's a passenger. He's a passenger at the Dogs. He's just
I don't know. I think
He can go there and make that team his own.
He can. Yeah,
definitely. But I think we spoke about it a few episodes ago that not many kids at that young age mature into that position as well as some others do. Like you could see, maybe you could throw a young kid in and it could flop for him big time, or they could take it full hands on and they could shine, you know?
well, bro. Like in every week, it looks like he's improving his game more. He had a decent game
He
until
did.
that second half against the Sharks, but we'll talk about about that a bit later. But bro, that was one of the worst rounds of the year.
Well, without a doubt.
Nothing entertaining to watch. Pretty much
was
nothing.
Apart from
So
the Dolphins,
boring,
and
bro.
nothing else.
Look, straight out, our game was pretty decent to watch, but other than that, like, unless you're a Dolphins fan, like you said, it was a boring
Fucking
round,
shit.
bro.
Very boring.
There was nothing interesting.
I
Like,
don't know. It makes you wonder. I know we've got 17 teams and there's an odd number. We need to have the bye round every now and then, but makes you wonder, should we bring back an international round or something to break it up? Because that quality of football is rubbish, bro.
yeah, I agree. Like, bro, we see like these teams. They obviously every round when Origin comes around, there's a couple of teams that miss out. There's a couple of teams that play, but there's teams that have a lot of players out, and we don't get to see the best of quality of footy, and it's just hindering the game. And I don't know. There's a lot of people calling for like a 3-week block for Origin. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Look, it definitely drops off in quality. But in saying that, the shining light is that these young kids get their actual chance to shine and make the most of it. So there's the ups and downs of it. But me personally, I think if we could bring in an international round or something to expand the game, maybe to incorporate that during the Origin week and just let all the teams have a rest and wait till they get their team back the next week and run it after that, I reckon.
I don't think that will happen. Just to bring in more games. I know the international round will be good, but they're doing the Ashes at the end of the year. and that's.
Like, that's
I'm
the
saying
first time
it's
in
like
like
the
fucking
first time in a
30
very
years that
long
they've done
time.
it.
You'd leave Australia out,
And-
but you'd leave Australia out of it.
Yeah,
It would be like a Pacific Islands weekend sort of thing.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Oh,
I agree.
definitely.
Like you can
Yeah.
do
Australia,
PNG versus
can't make
Fiji.
it.
You
Yeah,
can do.
Australia can't have a team.
Bro, you know
in
what
that.
we
No,
can
of
do
course
during
not.
that 3 week block? We can even do like a Samoa versus Tonga or like Fiji versus PNG, like sort of like origin thing that it's like a whole like representative football like 3 week block where we got like the origin going on, then we got like PNG versus Fiji. You got Cook Islands versus like I don't know Lebanon, like someone along their tiers and something.
Yeah, a Pacific Cup or something. I know they've introduced it for the end of the year, but it just breaks it up, bro, because no one really wants to turn on the TV and see shit quality of footy.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a list of no names that don't there. Look, sometimes it is pretty entertaining to see, but we're right in the middle of the season right now, and everyone's starting to get fatigued a little bit, and they want their rest and every now and then. So I don't think the quality is there as much as it should be, and maybe it's time for a change. I'm not sure.
So are we
Player
for?
fatigue's at an all-time high right now. People are dropping left, right, and centre. I don't like. There's so many injuries all over
There's
the
so
place.
many injuries. So many injuries. I think the best bet is just to run it as a 3 week run Origin at the end of the year, probably obviously after finals, as like a 3 week campaign, just straight after each other. I know they did it not long. Well, it was a few years
No,
ago.
Yeah,
COVID
but that was
year.
during
That
COVID.
was
But
COVID year.
that three at the end of the season, I think the players are going to be too down and
ta-
out. You don't
that's
get the
the-
intensity.
I didn't. Yeah.
There's no
And then
win-win
people drop out of
situation.
international.
No matter
You
You
what
can
you
do it during the
no
year.
matter-
Like I don't mind having that. Like for example, we say June is going to be international break where we have like the Pacific Cup, we have the Origin go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the players a bit
Oh,
of a
yeah,
break.
that's probably the best thing.
You
to
know what I
do, yeah.
mean? These teams that are like sort of struggling to keep up with the pace, they get to reset, and then it's like a fresh off season for them.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It
that's
could be
true.
something that we look forward to, but there's been a couple of big signings or re-signings, if you want to talk about it. Like Little re-signed with the Dragons. I'm so happy he's not at you guys.
There's some good news for you.
Yeah.
It was never linked to us, man.
That was just
Oh,
me and
well,
Chubb
you don't
running
know
in
with
your
Gus,
head.
That
bro.
was just
You don't know with
speculation.
fucking
I think you're just getting your head at that point.
Yeah, that was just you overthinking, mate.
Bruh, you don't know with Gus these days. When he says he doesn't speak to players, he's probably in bed.
Ben,
with them,
how does
bruh.
it go?
If Gus says yes, it means no.
Reynolds knocked back the Tigers' big money offer. We were talking about that, I don't know, last week or a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, but he knocked them back. What
Yeah,
are your
that's-
thoughts? Good,
That's
good
crazy, bro. Honestly, I thought he would have chased in that bag at, 35, 36
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
old.
Feels
man.
like the wrong
He
decision
thinks
to
he
me.
thinks he can win a
The Broncos
premiership
not
as
being
the
that
Broncos,
promising at the
but
moment.
I don't know.
Broncos offered him 1 year and Tigers offered him 2 years. I think it was around the 800K mark or 700K, somewhere around that. And they amounted it to $1 million from the money that he would have left out from Broncos, and the year after that, that's where that $1 million came from. So it's crazy money to turn down, especially at that age, man.
Crazy
That's
money.
guaranteed money at your age.
If you're at Melbourne or something and there's a high chance you can win it, I think I can agree with it. But Broncos don't seem like they're anywhere near it at the moment.
And he's away from home as well. I thought he would have come back definitely.
His
man.
family seem to love it there. He keeps on saying how much his kids and wife love it in Brisbane.
You know, there's bits and pieces where he's always like, oh, South Sydney is my home. South is like where the heart lies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell he's sort of missing home.
But I think that bridge is burned with South,
Yeah,
honestly.
and
Yeah.
South's just re-signed Walker and
In
they've
talks,
put it in
in
talks.
talks,
In
please,
talks.
please.
Close to
It
re-signing.
hasn't happened yet.
Close to
It
re-signing.
hasn't
Walker and
happened yet.
Johnston.
Please, we're praying it doesn't happen.
Wayne gets
Please.
his man, mate. Wayne gets his
Please,
man.
please,
I'm telling
please.
you,
It's
bro.
happening, bro.
I'm
Please.
No one else wants him. It's
I'm
happening.
telling you, bro, Walker's going to need a Walker very soon because
Oh
how
my
fucking how
God.
old he is.
Please, bro.
Bro, what about Dom Young versus the Roosters? Played for Roosters against Knights, and then he's like, "Yep, I'm gonna just jump
Jump
the
ship.
border."
It finally
It's a
happened.
weird tactic, man. Roosters calling that. They didn't want to let him go until they played the Knights.
It was just like a fuck you, yeah. It was just like, we're gonna take you to Newcastle and just leave you there. I can't remember who was telling me. There was like a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was Fred or something. He was saying he called it. He's like, the Roosters are gonna play the Knights, and they're gonna be like, Dom Young, that's your last game for us. You can go switch to the other team.
Look, I think he hit mainstream media a couple of weeks ago, definitely, but because that's where I heard it from off NRL 360. But it's just a weird call by the Roosters, man.
I don't know. Like it's even weirder for the Knights, bro. They've got their wingers set.
Nah, Schiller's rubbish,
Yeah,
bro.
Sheila,
Schiller is rubbish.
He's dropped this
Schiller's
week
not a
anyway.
first grade quality winger.
bro, he's got glimpses of it.
Yeah, he is. He got
Yeah.
dropped.
He's got glimpses of it, but he's got that good and bad to him. But
Look, he's good for depth, but if you're Dom Young, you're not starting every week. What's the point of staying there?
Dom Young's a mile ahead of James Schiller.
look, he had that one good season with the Knights, but he's dropped off hard. At
Maybe
the
he could
Roosters,
bring
man.
that form back, going back to
Exactly.
where we got it from.
It's going to be in a happy place, so
You never know.
You
and
never know.
Your boy Taylor May, he's going to play with his brother now.
My boy, please, man. Him and his tattoos, bro. I swear, between him and his brother, I reckon there's half a brain cell if you're lucky. Honestly, bro.
Bro, I can't wait to see their podcast and what they talk about, man. Because he's what's it called? He does his like vlogs and stuff,
The
bro.
food
He's
review.
bro.
That was-
Sometimes you just don't know what he's saying on camera,
They're
bro.
not the best speakers, are they?
It's a hard watch, bro. Honestly.
Well, we're not the best either, but we're
Nowhere
trying.
near.
No, but I think it's a good move for the Tigers.
Definitely. I think Tigers have no centers at the moment.
Hey, no, but he's a talented player if he can keep his off-field dramas.
100%.
So
yeah,
wait-
if he's a better person, he will show that on the field.
Does that mean that Adam Dewey's going to get dropped? Because
Oh,
Stafford Toll is
Hey,
in
hey, hey,
amazing
hey,
form.
hey, do you want to get censored? We don't talk about him here.
Bro, Stafford Toll is in amazing form. Skelton and Taruva are their wingers.
Look, Dewey's the first one dropped out of that back line, in my
No,
opinion.
he's not. he went to Origin, bro.
Bro, they didn't play in the half. He's a half. He's not a centre, man. He can't move.
I don't know.
He's not going to get
He
picked
could
in
end
the
up playing a
halves.
bit of six.
After he bombed that
For-
game for
over
Penrith
who?
against Penrith the other day,
I don't
bro.
know. I
That's
don't
the
know,
thing.
but
I don't know.
if
Yeah, I
Taylor
don't- I
May's
don't
getting
see
in
it
that
happens.
team, I think Dewey's the one who has to drop out. You
Well,
can't drop
Stafford Toll was
Toa.
great.
Stafford's in Toa's
But
in
in
amazing
saying
form.
that,
Well, who's their wingers at the moment? It was
Skel-
Staines and fucking
Skelton and Taruva.
Skelton to
Taruva.
Ruva is their starters. But Staines
Staines
comes
is
in
there
when
for
there's one, like, yeah, he's depth.
Because Taylor May can play a bit of wing if they need him to.
Look, he can.
Even Skelton can play in the centres. Like, you can switch him around. Skelton's played a
I've
couple.
heard that Stafford Toll is looking to leave. So
Wow.
Maybe
He'd
back
be a
tonight.
very nice pickup.
That'll be a mad pickup. Yeah, he's a good player.
Maybe back at night. Have we heard where he's
Well, I haven't
Just-
heard where he's going, but I've heard the Knights aren't going to re-sign Gay Guy.
gay guy?
Gay Guy, yeah. I think they're going to let him
bro,
go.
he's what, 34,
This guy wants to get us
35?
cancelled.
Is that 2 weeks in a row now?
That'll be a
Hey,
pickup. That'll be a good pickup.
35, but he still rinsed Val Holmes 2 weeks ago, bro. He's still
it
got it
doesn't
in him,
make
bro.
sense.
He's
Is
a
it-
good player.
Honestly, I
He's
think,
a good player still.
He's
I
still a
I
good
still
player.
think he's
Still
a
a
good
decent
player.
player.
I think if you put him in Origin, he'll wind the clock back again, honestly.
He,
Maybe.
yeah, he'll
Maybe.
he'll fucking put in a job.
Yeah, well,
Except for last year on Bradman.
but
Brad-
that's his club, mate. He didn't want to put it on him in his debut. He's like, you know what? We'll give him a bit of a spotlight.
Bradman tore him apart.
Yeah, Bradman best. He was the best that game.
Bradman
bro.
beast.
But we got to talk about the round that just happened. I just want to skip this game because fuck me. How do we keep losing
There
from
is
12
no
points
skipping.
up?
No skipping.
How the fuck do we keep losing from 12 points up? I don't understand. What the fuck is our problem? What happens at half time where the boys just go in and they're like, yep, well, job's done. It's
I
like
don't
it's
know.
a 40-minute
You
game.
guys look good in the first half. I thought you guys were going to win.
Bro, you know, we were
honestly.
defending our line solid for the first
Very
like
solid.
60 minutes.
Very
Sharks
solid.
look so
What
off.
do you mean good? They looked amazing in that
Bro,
first
they
half.
look. Yeah, honestly, you guys. I don't know. I thought you guys were
You
going to go
guys
home
made
with
the
it.
Sharks look like amateurs that first half.
It's
Bro,
just-
Omre Gula had his best game of the
Bro,
year.
Everyone, bro, Cook had the best half of his season,
That
like
try
career
Cook
so
scored
far
was
at
very,
Dragons.
very nice.
Yeah,
Bro, that was off the back of Gula as well.
Very,
I think
very nice
Emre earned a free heart attack box after that.
He's got a free one every week because his dad owns the shop, bro. Don't worry about him.
What is it with your club and dad's pissing you off, eh?
Let's not talk about that, bro, because
It's just
every fucking week it's the same fucking thing. He tells us he's the best player. You know, he came out and he's like, oh, he's the best defensive halfback in the competition. What the fuck has that got to do with anything?
He does tackle very well
Bro,
on the
Alright,
sideline.
hey, honestly, I'm going to bring this up, yeah, because this is a solid point. We're going to go through every single team right now, and you told me if you take him over their halfback.
Look,
Every single team. Don't tell me, look, Bulldogs and Sexton. Do you take him over Sexton?
No.
Way in the world.
Fogarty.
no,
Metcalf.
yes,
Jerome Hughes.
yes,
Nico Hines.
no,
Isaiah Katoa.
no,
yes.
Adam Reynolds.
maybe.
Sandon Smith or Sam Walker.
Neither, bro.
Nathan Cleary.
No,
Dearden.
no,
Cherry Evans.
no,
Luai.
no.
Jamie Humpme.
Are you gonna join in or?
Bro, they all knows, bro.
You're on
Well,
fire
I'm
here,
just
Benny.
keeping quiet.
There's one team. Waiting for one team.
Moses.
No,
I'm not even going to say that one.
that's why. That's the one I'm waiting for.
Jaden Campbell. Do you take him over Jaden Campbell?
No way.
And maybe Jack Congo. But bro, like honestly, every single team, and it's honestly, it's no bias. You don't take him over any other half. And his dad's sitting there saying he's the best defensive half in the comp. But when do you ever pick a fucking halfback based on his defense?
Remember when we were saying that about Lachlan Lewis? He made a couple of nice tackles.
I used to laugh at you guys.
I know.
Because you guys are like, oh, at least he's a good defender. But bro, do you pick a 7 based on how good he tackles? Who's gonna create for you?
I don't
The
know.
six,
You're
that's the
6
Sixers'
alone.
job.
Oh yeah, the Sixers job. And that's, bro. Let's
No, I honestly think Cole has a place in your team. Honestly, maybe as a 14.
maybe
Or
as an
no.
orange peeler. And he might get that wrong as all the fucking idiot. Because there's people out there telling me, oh, Sully is our worst player. He's been terrible. But you know he's got the same amount of try assists as him. Sully. Moses fucking Sully has the same amount of try assists as Carl
Yeah,
Flanagan.
but they award some funky try assists sometimes, bro. I think Flanagan should have at least 10, but for some of the kicks that he's done this year.
But like that Nathan Cleary like a few weeks ago where he kicked that both off. Booted that both straight up the
back and he got the
They gave
try
him the
assist.
They gave him. I think that's just what's his name, Sangstar on Supercoach.
Bro, he
It depends who's got him in his team.
100% he captained him that week.
I don't know. Flanagan just needs to fuck off, mate.
Just on the Sharks, Sione Katoa looked really good the other night.
Yeah, first
Yeah,
game
he
back.
looked really good.
He was all right.
You know who actually caught my eye a lot? Jaden Brayley. Is it Jaden or Blake? Blake Brayley.
He played
He
fucking
killed it,
brilliant.
man.
He-
One of the best
he-
games I've seen
Yeah,
him play.
he caught your eye, and our back three couldn't catch STDs in a fucking brothel if they were fucking raw dogging it. The fucking idiots.
That first half felt like him against your whole team.
Who, Brayley?
Yeah,
he tore
Brayley.
us to shreds.
Yeah.
He tore us to
They
shreds.
couldn't catch your back three, bro, at all. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what they do
Bro,
at
even
training.
Gutho.
I don't know what they do at training, honestly. It was a bit dewy. And not to say that it wasn't wet. It was definitely a bit dewy. But to drop that many balls, that wasn't right at all.
Bro, there was like a couple of high kicks where Lawson looked scared to even look at the ball. He was flinching.
Just down on
He
confidence.
fucking flinched.
It's down on confidence, bro.
Down
The
on
whole-
confidence?
I don't- your team's down. They're down on confidence. They're newbies. Debutant. You got a debutant on one edge. You got
Habibi, it's not like he hasn't caught a ball in his
I know,
life.
I know,
Rugby
but
union
bro-
revolves around catching the ball. Look at Marky Mark, the fucking air.
just people have a lot more
Not the
confidence
best
in
catcher.
catching a high
Good
ball.
jumper, but not the best catcher.
What do you mean? When you're kicking for him, like if you're kicking, if the Roosters are kicking for him, he won't drop it. But if you're kicking
Yeah,
to him,
defensively.
Pressure. He just can't do. Maybe he just can't do off the pressure of a high ball.
then what the fuck's he doing
What's
in
he doing
first grade?
Don't ask me. Ask you.
Ask Shane, mate.
You're asking the
Well,
wrong
I-
person. I'm
no,
just
but
saying.
realis-
I'm just saying a what ifs.
You're being
I'm
a
just-
donkey, Shane.
He's been a big donkey, bro. He's doubled down on his chips as well because a lot of people are giving it to him, and he's like, he's been one of our best. Ask the players, because the players are gonna come out and say, Shane, your son's shit. Because do you know where they're gonna end up? Do you know where they're gonna end up? At
Reserve
Greenacre
grades.
Tigers, bro. Not even fucking reserve grade. Have you seen our reserve grade team this week?
They're killing it.
No. Have you seen who he dropped?
They're killing
He
it.
dropped Sloan. His CT's playing on the wing. Gula got dropped. Laurie got dropped. Sele got dropped. Nick T got dropped.
I think they just.
You know who didn't get
Bro,
dropped?
It's a buy round, man.
It's a,
You
He's
can-
just giving people
bro,
minutes.
Those 3 out of those 4 players have come back from injury.
He's
They
just
need,
giving
they
them
need
minutes,
a run
man.
around, cuz.
Because I hope so. Because the next team list, I'm going straight for
Wait,
a brick wall.
was Flanagan there?
No.
Give Jara.
He needs a break, bro.
See,
He
that's
needs a-
the thing. Brent Reid came out and he's like, "Oh, you said you're gonna drop Ilias and you're gonna give Glover time to prove themselves. They've proved themselves, bro. He's had 6 games. Ilias. He's had 4 tries. He's been killing it down there. I watched the game on the weekend. He actually ran the team around.
Yeah, but man.
I know it's New South Wales Cup, but cuz how much more can he do? You can play. You can only play what's in front of you, bro. What's he gonna do? Go and play first grade team? What can we do? Get rid of fucking Flanagan. Give him a go, bro.
He won't drop his son, bro.
It's
I
not
think,
going to
I
happen.
think at least for
The rest of the
you need to
season,
give
it's
up
not going
on
to
this.
happen. So
I
you're
think
going to
you need
probably
give
lose
up
your
on it.
voice, bro. It's not going to happen.
I think Shane will go before his son gets dropped.
At this point, bro, I think there's a lot of pressure on the hierarchy with the media pumping him, saying like, there's some nepotism going on. Like, he's clearly getting chosen because it's his son.
Do you guys think? Do you think if you come 13th this year, he gets sacked?
Shane, no.
No.
I think they give him the
I
next
don't
year
think he
when
gets
they
sacked
the
this
new
year.
signing. Because if you look at it now, bro, the team he's building is his team. He went and signed Cook,
Yeah.
signed Gutho, signed Gula. Who else did he sign in the
Val.
offseason? He signed
Val.
Ilias as well. He's the one that fucking signed Ilias.
Yeah, and
He
Val.
signed Val. Bro, this is his team. Like, if next year when he's got Atkinson coming in and stuff and we don't do anything within the first 10 rounds, I think he's the first coach.
But fuck,
on
how
the
much,
chopping
how
board.
much can Atkinson change that team?
Yeah,
bro?
I don't
Yeah,
see him coming in
exactly.
and
Bro,
being
that's
the
what
savior.
we're
He's not
missing,
gonna- yeah,
but
exactly.
that's
He's not
what
gonna
we're
come in and
missing.
save
We're
the
missing
coach.
that dynamic half where he can just create. It's not happening in the attack. If you look in the 20, bro, the Flanagan just does the same thing over and over again, and I'm fucking sick of saying it. All he does is X balls and fucking dummies. He's got no creativity. Atkinson can explode at the line, bro.
Okay. But
Atkinson and Lycan is a weak combination.
adding on to that, what game have you seen Atkinson play this year where you're like, wow, bro, he killed it. He had
What
so
game
much
has he played
creativity.
this year?
All right, last year even.
Bro, that Melbourne game.
All right, that Melbourne
There
game.
was
But what was
one.
that one game?
Bro, I'm going off the top of my head. I'm sure if we go back, we can find a couple of
But
games.
Atkinson's a runner and Lycan's a runner.
But
It's a
like,
bad combination.
but there's look, what I've heard is Lycan isn't going to be the future 7. It's Cade Reid, who's right now playing Harold Matts. He's still Harold Matts, SG Ball. He's still a couple years away.
Bro, SG Ball's a massive transition.
Yeah.
To first
Bro,
grade.
Talatau Amon did it. He went straight from SG Ball into first grade and he killed
Yeah,
it
but
for
like I
us.
said, he matured. That's what I mean. You don't know with the halves these days, man.
You don't know. You have to try.
All right, but if you try it and it goes wrong, look what happened to Ilias. They tried with Ilias and it went wrong. He's never going to get back to where he was at South. That first couple of games, he killed it for us, bro. He just went downhill after that. They used him as a scapegoat, man.
I don't know, bro. Enough Dragons talks because anyone else plays Sharks that game.
Oh,
they lose.
100%, bro.
They actually played
Sharks won off the back of your errors. That's what they won off, bro.
Bro, it's not like they played terrible either. Like, they played all right, but it's just, I don't know. It looked like we gassed in the second half, and they just capitalised on that.
Other than that first try that Braley set up, I think everything that happened for the Sharks when they scored was off the back of your errors. Either poor reads or missed tackles, fatigue. Like, it's all your mistakes. That's all they scored off.
Excuse me. Well, if you look at the scrum play where Katoa scored, bro, did you see that? They had a lined up 3-on-2, and our players are just that retarded that they didn't even see it happening.
So, I mean, it's just stupid stuff that they're scoring off. I don't even think Sharks are the real deal anymore, honestly. They're only up there because they got the easiest run I've ever seen. But I think they're going to... Same thing as last year. They get to the finals, they lose the first couple of weeks and they're out.
Bro, do you reckon ScoMo's got a say in the draw? Because fucking hell, the Sharks always get the easy draw, man.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. I don't know, man.
I don't know. You know who else is in a bit of trouble right now? Manly. Manly got fucked by Gold Coast. And we're talking about Gold Coast, like, struggling this year. We were talking about... We don't even know what the fuck their problem is.
Last week, everyone's predictions, like, they all said the Titans are going to struggle. You were the only one.
He said Titans.
Said Titans will win. I didn't even
in his tips, he said Titans. I said it was going to be a close game. I said I see Titans showing up, but he actually tipped Titans. But then he goes and fucking in the tipping app tips Manly.
Bro, I don't know what. I had cold feet right before the game.
I don't know what Manly are doing wrong. It just doesn't. It makes you wonder, bro. Everyone's off in that team. Looks like no one wants to be there. No one wants to play. The morale's down.
Bro, Ola Kawatu's been my biggest disappointment this year.
Look, I think there's been bigger disappointments.
No, I think in terms of the hype that we had for Ola Kawatu, coming off like a Origin. Like, he had an Origin series.
But he's been carrying a couple of niggles, man. Yeah. Like, he hasn't been 100%. The last couple of weeks before this game, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks in a row, he was killing it. He was having some mad games.
He was on a nice run.
He had a very nice run. It looked like he was just back on his feet. That shoulder let him down big time. But he was playing good in that game until he did his shoulder as well.
He was trying his best, man.
He was doing as much as he could in that team.
Exactly right.
Bro, but the whole team's carrying a niggle. If you look at the whole team, Garrick looks like he's carrying a niggle. Turbo's carrying a niggle.
Turbo's even carrying a niggle.
The niggle's carrying Turbo. Nah, but we have to give credit where the credit's due, bro. Foreign actually turned back the clock.
Bro.
Good player.
Back to his Bulldogs day.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, but he turned back the clock, bro.
Definitely.
It's like he found out that there's speed on the edges, and he's like, we might actually use them this game. And they killed him on the edges, bro.
It's like Des realised that we actually need someone to run this team around and let everyone else do what they have to do.
Jaden Campbell, bro, he looked like Brimson back in fullback is his natural position.
Where he belongs, bro.
But taking that pressure off Campbell, it brings out the best in him.
Foreign only just got fit, but didn't he?
He's been playing for like
just came back from injury.
Was that his first game?
Maybe
second. Off the bench last week.
Maybe second. Maybe it might have been the second game.
When Campbell's got the space and when AJ got the space, they can actually do something. But when you got who they have at 5'8" before Kieran Foreign was
Brimson and Campbell.
Brimson, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But the two of them don't work together.
No, they don't.
They need someone to just give them the room to do what they need to do.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the reports are coming out now that Seabold's given all his players a sheet, and that really sums up their season so far. And a few players weren't too happy. They've been dropped to, or really they're saying they've been dropped to reserve grade. Jason Saab, and there was another player.
He gave him a piece of paper.
Apparently, he's given them a sheet, and it's been their
mid-season review.
Bag,
I wish, bro.
That's the Roosters, cuz.
It's been their mid-season, like a report thing. Apparently, this is what I've heard.
Did he get one? Because he's the worst one in the team.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how he's still got a job.
Apparently, Tommy. Oh, it's been around. You boys have probably seen it. Tommy Turbot at centre, Lehigh at fullback.
Excuse me, Mr. Sam. What did I say a few weeks ago?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's been a long time coming, bro.
I said it. He should be playing centre. It takes the workload off him, bro. That's the best thing they've done.
Who knows if it's going to turn out good, but
yeah, apparently they've only got.
It might end up being a bad thing for them.
Well, if you've seen Lehigh playing his fullback this year, he's been their best fullback this year.
Good player.
Easily. And apparently Seabold only has 2 rounds to prove himself. I don't know if they're going to prove himself in those 2 rounds.
I love the Travojevic brothers, but I think many are better off without him at this point.
Jake, nice bloke,
They'll
but he's
never
a shit
leave,
player, bro.
They'll never leave.
Even Tommy came out and said if he has to take a 300 or 400 pay cut to stay at that club, he will stay there.
But you know what the problem is? Ben is actually starting to be the best one out of him. That's a problem.
It's actually sad.
That's actually a problem. But Jake, he's just not it.
More importantly, DCE is not it anymore, man.
The whole team's a bit in the
his
mud a
age
bit.
is starting to show, bro.
The whole
Because
team's in a
at
bit of
that
a
age,
mud.
our dads are fucking walking around complaining about their backs. This bloke's still running on the first grade field.
Look good on him, but when is enough for that guy, man?
Well, is he? By the looks of it.
Who knows?
But if
with
the Roosters have anything to say about it,
Well, Queensland went against their number one rule and they got rid of him, so it must mean that DCE's he's going, bro.
or it means Queensland don't get Origin. We'll see.
It's a bit of both. We're talking about boring games. I witnessed the most boring game this year, the Knights and Roosters. I don't know if you guys watched it.
I didn't watch
properly.
it live, thank God.
No, I didn't
Bro,
watch it
you
live
saved yourself 80 minutes of fucking
Look,
torture.
there was
either. I probably would have fallen asleep watching that game.
there
live.
was one moment of brilliance in that game, but
Fuckity.
that fuckity try, bro.
I
Oh,
saw
Hey, he's
that.
quick, yeah?
Wow.
Sorry, brother. Who put a
bro.
turbo up his ass?
He's
What about the
quick.
turbo? What about the footwork on him, man?
Bro, who was playing fullback for it? Was it Fletcher? Oh, his
Fletcher
ass
Hunt,
anyway.
bro.
Hey, shit, bro. He got
He
ankle
wanted nothing
broken.
to do with it. He pretended to have his ankles broken. He wanted
Shut
nothing
up.
to do
Yeah.
with
Needed
it.
him, I
Bro,
needed him
did
to play
you see
one
the
more week,
way-
and he just wow.
Bro, did you see the way he ran at
Yeah.
that fucking line?
Crazy.
I don't think anyone wanted to be tackling that. How
no
much
way.
is he? Like close to 100 kilos, the bloke?
Say a bit
He's
more,
coming at
maybe.
you at full pelt. That's like a.
And he fucking stepped. He stepped him. He stepped him.
OG Jason Tamalolo, bro.
That season, I remember there was a try he scored exactly like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Bro,
scary.
Roosters got a mad pack coming through, man.
Bro, they've actually, finally, they can shut the critics up and they've got their own juniors coming through. They stopped poaching.
Yeah, but it's not even their own juniors. They poached a young age to make it look like there is their juniors because they have no juniors at all. You can't even consider them their juniors. Half of them are Queenslanders, bro. How's that their juniors? They sign them at the age of 15, give them a 5-year contract, and say, "Oh, it's our juniors. We bred them." Like, didn't come through the ranks. They just let everyone else do the hard work, let them develop. They sign them at a young age and they claim them. Bro, it shits me. I can't stand the Roosters.
Look, the one thing I can give credit to the Roosters about was Egan Butcher's fucking performance. Bro, he died on the field, I promise you, at least 8 times. If he was a cat, he would have been on his last life because every time he went down, he had blood pouring out of his eye. He was clutching at his shoulder and this and that, and he got up and he played, I think it was close to 70 minutes of that game. Like, he was actually pumping through it. And, bro, what a soldier of a performance, bro.
Never say no attitude, man.
Yeah.
Every team needs a player like that, bro. Like, you could see the trainers trying to drag him off, and he's like, "Nah, get off me, man. I want to keep
He
playing."
didn't want to leave.
It was solid, but, bro, you know what pissed me off in that game? You know, there was a point where Schiller scored in the corner, and he got up, shook his head, and he's like,
yeah.
"I didn't score that," and the ref
Yeah.
still awarded it.
He still awarded it. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even talk about this in the game before. We saw one of the worst calls in history.
That's right.
There was a penalty because the Titans player touched the hip of.
Yeah.
Was it Jason Saab that was
It was
catching it?
Saab, yeah.
It was Jason Saab, but yeah.
Jason Saab on the Titans.
On the
No,
Titans,
yeah, it was
sorry,
Jason Saab
Jason
that got
Saab.
penalised,
He
yeah.
went to go up for the ball, and on the way down, his hand hit the fucking player's hip, and he's like, "Oh, there's mid-air contact." The referees are getting
Bro,
worse
Didn't
and worse.
obstruct the player at all.
These calls are going out the window big time, bro.
This week was rubbish with their calls, man.
Like I said, this is one of the shittest weeks of footy I've
Yeah.
witnessed in a while, bro.
in all aspects.
I think we just need to sack the bye round. We call it a bye round for a reason.
Yeah, because we've got to say goodbye to the round, bro.
We've got to say goodbye to the Dragons, more importantly.
Nah, but
Do you think Fletcher Sharp could have won that game for the Knights?
I do think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think so.
bro,
All it takes is that one little moment of brilliance
Yeah.
that he can
Yeah.
produce.
to be fair, the fucking Knights attack was rubbish, bro. They had
That's-
40 tackles in
That's
there.
what I'm saying. You
They
throw,
had like 40 tackles in there, 20 for one try, bro.
throw Fletcher Sharp in there. He can create something, man. He's got a bit of flair about him. He can actually do something with the ball.
Jackson Hastings is not it.
Well, he did his job better than a lot of other people in
Look,
the
he
I
does
still
it better
think he's
than
the best half in the club.
Look, he did it better than Gamble, but you see every time he grabs the ball, he runs it like a fucking 13. Maybe throw him at 13. Bro,
Bro,
Crosland
he
was
worked
more
well
of a
at the
6.
Tigers there. He worked very well for the Tigers at 13.
Everyone says it's his best position.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know, like, but in terms of Fletcher Sharp being the game breaker, I think so. But you don't know, bro. The Knights are just a
Yeah.
fucking shit team, bro.
Especially at fullback, if he gets off the back of shape, throws
Boring,
a dummy,
bro.
explodes.
Boring. So boring.
You know what else was boring, but for the complete wrong reason? The next game over.
Oh my god, that one I did watch.
The Dolphins are just finger bashing anyone that comes in front of them, bro. They're just absolutely taking off their pants and stick it in anyone and everyone that moves in front of them. We thought it was a one-off against the Dogs. They fucked
yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Oh, the Dragons are a shit team," And now we had like another top 8 contender that just got picked up, bent over, lubed up, and just fucking spat out.
I had a mad 3
That's
week run,
graphic.
bro.
Oh, really? Man, in on that one.
Bro, Katoa is him.
You know it's bad,
And
but
they bombed a couple of tries as well.
yeah, they did. You know
Both
it's bad
stock
when
bombed the
someone's
first
giving
one.
away a try over the line.
Most of
That's
could have had
embarrassing.
5 or nearly 6 even. Was it 2
Yeah.
that he
Bro, he
bombed?
bombed
No,
one
he
over the
bombed
line.
one over the
That was
line.
one of the worst.
Did you
bomb
see
tries.
Voss's reaction to his last one in the last minute?
No.
Voss
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
his mind.
I honestly, I got up and I walked away from the screen. I'm like, this is giving me PTSD.
Look, 4 tries is mad, but him counting the fingers walking to the try line.
That's
That's
proper.
cold.
That's all
That's very nice.
Bro, what's that now? 150 points in 3 games.
it's
something
crazy,
like
bro. It's a mad 3 week run.
Can we like sort of put them in the convo now? Like, can we say they're
Man, it's-
For what? Convert in terms of what? In terms of a premiership?
like going deep into the finals, man?
Oh,
I don't know about deep. Look, they definitely put up a fight, but you're forgetting this is the hardest period for some teams when they lose players. They got people are backing
you
up
know-
back to back, man. Cowboys had way too many players out, bro. They're never going to create something with the players they had.
Look, you're not wrong,
all
but
their main players were
Dolphins
out.
just finally got their team back, and we're starting to see what they can do with a full team.
Still,
And people forget how good Tom Flegler was as well.
Yeah,
but
And they're missing him.
they're still missing Flegler, still missing Plath, and who's the other Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Like,
Plath's gone for a very long time
there's
now.
still quite a few
Plath
players
is
missing
gone
for
for
that
the
season.
season.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, bro. Look, they're definitely a shot. I'm not saying they're not, but it's too. Every team changes up until round 20 onwards. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're almost
exactly.
a bit too flary. Like, it's hard to keep up.
Look, I don't know, man. We know based off history, you got to make the top 4 to win the grand final. And bro, what are they now? 2 points off the 4 points.
Sure.
Yeah, but that top 4's in a league of their own at the moment.
I could see the Warriors dropping out,
Look,
bro.
they could come close, but I think Warriors are the last team that drops out. If it's anyone, I think it's Sharks that drops out of that
Yeah.
top
Sharks
4.
is not even in the top 4.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
Dogs, Raiders, Warriors, and Storm.
That's
Oh,
right.
Sharks dropped out.
They were never in
Sharks
it.
haven't been in it for a while.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I don't see any team dropping out then.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
Dogs, Raiders, Storm, Warriors. It will
They're
take something
solid,
big
bro.
for
Yeah,
any of those
take
teams
them
to drop.
Take some,
And
something
Warriors
very
got an
big.
easy win this week at home, man.
Yeah, if no
well,
players
well.
backing up, yeah.
What's
Fuck.
wrong with him, bro? Does he not want to make the 8?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
very
they told him he's
surprised with
not
that
allowed
one.
to play them
Why?
because of like player welfare and all the travel. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Well, they're
'cause
going
they're
to
playing
be
in
in
New
Perth on
Zealand,
Wednesday, and
Yeah,
then they're
they're
going to
playing
New
in New
Zealand.
Zealand.
But
bro.
mind
It's a
you,
bit tough.
Ivan Cleary-
Sticky's named Hudson Young to play on Friday.
Sticky doesn't give a fuck, bro.
Like,
Sticky does not give a fuck.
like Ivan Cleary said something like, "It would have been nice if I could have made the decision." So it sounds like the NRL told him you can't use them.
I doubt the NRL is going to have their star players out because they
Player
lose
welfare.
viewership.
Even if it's the what's it called?
the
What's the
RLPA.
guys that RLPA? Yeah, maybe it was
Oh,
them.
who's the idiot that runs it?
Clint Newton.
Clint Newton, the moron. Isaac Newton, the third. Maybe he should fall out of a tree and fuck off. But did you guys go to the game?
I did not know.
Did you go to the game?
Nah, didn't
Who
go to the
said they're
game.
going to go to the game
I think
last
Sam.
week?
I thought it was Charlie.
Sam told me,
Who
he's like, hey,
said
bro,
that?
you're
I
going to
thought
the
it
game?
was Charlie.
Are you going to the game? Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
Circumstances have changed.
We had a battle of your boys' teams, Rabbits and the Dogs.
It wasn't even a battle.
What do you mean it wasn't a battle?
Bro,
It was a battle. It was a.
It was
Look,
not a battle.
everyone
The
knows
first 35 minutes was just a
if the
slaughter.
stop didn't happen, we were putting 40 points on.
Guaranteed. Bro.
Yeah,
If
that's
that
what I
didn't wreck
mean.
our momentum, we
yeah,
would've put 40
if
on
that stop didn't happen, it brought him back into the game.
it did.
And that it was a really, I don't know, it was a questionable try
Look,
for
For AJ,
John St-
yeah,
yeah.
very questionable.
Munro scored a nice try at the end, but like that.
Yeah, that was a nice try.
You
That
don't
was
do
actually
that.
nice.
in
Isaiah
the middle
Tass
of
with the
game.
kick.
Oh, bro, please.
He didn't know what he just kicked it and he said,
I don't
Oh,
know.
Munro's
how,
there?
I don't know how Isaiah Tass and Jaden Sullivan make that team week in, week out.
Yeah, it's a bit
Bro, for
weird.
me, Hump Me has to be 7, and you got to find a 6 for him. Maybe Sandon Smith.
It's definitely not Walker, I'll tell you that much.
well, you're resigning him, so yeah, it will
Bro,
be.
I don't know
It will
why.
be. Just
I don't know
hold
why.
your breath.
I think Walker's got some shares in the Rabbits for him to keep playing.
I think it's to the point where I think Latrell Mitchell would actually leave if Cody Walker doesn't resign.
Bro,
with
why
them.
don't they put Latrell at 6? See how he goes with
Can't
Hump
move,
Me.
bro. He
defending in the line.
It's either fullback or centre.
He's
It's
not a
somewhere
bad
else.
one-on-one defender.
Not he can make his tackle, but he'll gas out.
Definitely.
He'll make his tackles. I'm not
That's why
doubting
he
that.
has his moments of brilliance when he can actually recover at fullback and point
Yeah.
the team around and pick where he wants to play.
Yeah.
He doesn't wait for the ball to come to him.
Bro, well, with Sandon Smith probably going to get pushed out with Sam Walker, do you reckon you guys would go for him?
I'd love to make a play for him, but he's not the player we need. We need someone with just 100% flair and nothing else.
But Sandon Smith can bring that flair, bro.
Look, he can,
He
but
can, definitely.
Got a dummy. Got a bit of speed on him.
You saw him against the Dragons, what he did.
Bro, he
Yeah,
didn't
we
even
were
need
there
a
for
dummy
it.
to score.
look, whatever it is, it's just better than Cody Walker at this point.
I don't know, but
As a Dogs fan, easily the best part of the game for me was Wilson was away on the right, and then he had 6 players on his inside for support, and ended up going to Connor Tracy. But I remember Preston, Sexton,
They're on the
Galvin,
way,
and
yeah.
Marnie.
Everyone was around him.
Everyone was around him. There were 6 players ready to catch that ball, and when everyone's
It's nice
out,
to
and
see.
it's all effort. It's all you can ask for in an Origin round.
yeah. Look, there was a couple of plays where there was all effort. There was one where I don't know whose try got ruled out because Sexton was offside. Even then, there was like 12 players.
Oh
bro.
yeah, with
Oh,
Sexton.
Even
yeah,
the ref was
yeah.
supporting
Connor
the play.
Tracy,
Connor Tracy put it down,
Connor
yeah.
Tracy's try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fought well. South had very good line speed at one point, and they actually
Yeah.
starved you guys from having some good balls.
Came
Oh,
into the game
definitely,
very
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
for sure.
But Dogs had one set in our 20 and they scored straight away. Like it was just a matter of time. We're never going to win that game. They put up a good fight, but it wasn't our game to win.
God, we got scared about Kiraz for a bit there.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
bro.
was,
Got
Wait,
scared for a bit there.
Everyone's going down, bro. Your boy Keon, he's gone for 5 weeks.
No, they came out. He got named in the extended team this
I
year.
just saw
this
something
week.
before we
Yeah.
started. They said it's a day-to-day injury.
Hang on. How at the start of the week are we saying 5 weeks?
No, they were saying 4
and
to
now we're
6
saying,
or
oh,
3
he's
to
playing.
1.
No, they reckon he had scans and it's not actually fractured to the extent they thought it was.
Please, I need
and
him
he's
to
just
play.
day to day.
Please,
Fucking need him
I'm
to
down
play.
on Super
Bro, I'm down bad,
13
bro.
I've got less plays this week than last week.
So do
make,
I,
Make
don't
that
worry.
make sense.
Yeah, you just love backing your Dragons, don't you?
Nah, but is he actually on the extended bench?
Yeah, he is.
What the fuck?
He's 19th man this week.
Can you message him and say play, please?
Bro, we got Kian, Campbell Graham, and Cody Walker in our extended team this week.
2 of the 3 you need.
Which
You-
two?
Bring back out the mask, bro. Just put on a mask, chuck on a mask and play.
I saw that, man. Can you imagine someone walking out with a mask these days?
In the NRL.
Not
What
making
would you do?
What are you gonna do, Ben?
head on contact. You're gonna knock someone out with that thing on.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think you're even allowed to play with something like that, in the
No,
NRL.
you can't.
I think it would have to be. You'd have to
You
get a
got-
certain material for it.
You'd have to run head first into everything. Can you imagine that? Someone just
Yeah.
look around
Yeah.
at you like that with a mask on.
Can't before
Imagine
the mask, bro.
The perfect person for that would have been
Knock
Sam
you out.
Friday back in the day. The way he used to burrow, he would have been broken people's legs.
Bro, imagine you just see someone running at you like that.
Batman's lining up. Oh, bro.
There's an argument to be made that was Sexton's best game in first grade, not just for
Shut
the
up,
Dogs.
man.
What? What's
Nah.
wrong with you?
No, it was his best 40 minutes.
He had a solid
He had a
stint.
solid 40 minutes. Best first half he's played all year.
Bro has to go
Honestly,
to the
Sam-
Dragons.
honestly, Sam, when we look at the teams and you look at the halfbacks, he's in the bottom 3.
That's not
Undoubtedly.
That's definitely not my
I,
argument.
like
but
I still, it still doesn't compute in my head that your fans complained about Galvin signing.
let's not get into that. Let's not get into
Do you-
that.
do you have
'cause
a message
G up
for
too
them?
much. No, man. Look, every supporter base has dumb fans. Every single supporter base.
I
in
think
the
your
league.
fans have the most dumb fans.
You've got pro Kyle people in your fan base.
Not a lot, but
You've got pro.
do you want to
Kyle
know what's
people.
worse? Do you want to know what's worse?
Tell me what's worse than pro Kyle.
A lot
Pro
of your fans
Shane.
like to start fighting, man.
Bro Shane is worse.
Yeah, some of
Have
that,
you seen
yeah.
almost every single game? There's a lot of your fans that like to start fighting, man.
Dirty lebos, mate. I'm telling you.
No, I'm telling you, half of them aren't even lebos. I think they're just still angry over the meat pie from round one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they
yeah.
haven't got him.
No, he didn't get a new shirt. That guy.
Okay,
I
mate.
don't think he's gone back to the game. He's still got.
What was the penalty count that game? It was like 10-2 or something.
You guys had a lot more than
Bro,
us.
we
Yeah.
were milking the penalties left, right, and centre,
Yeah.
and we still couldn't
We
win.
just had ill discipline. But honestly, a lot of that was of our ill discipline.
Yeah.
That's what brought him back
No,
into
they
the game,
milked-
man.
they
Those
milked quite a
And
few
Jake
penalties.
Turpin
They-
on his
you
own.
guys- yeah, and Jake Turpin came out like he came out with that bit of energy, which was
Yeah.
nice. It was nice to see,
Overdid it.
but so it just overplayed his hand. Just
Look, I know it's my team that paid a bit more attention than most other people do, but I think Ryan Gray actually played really well off the bench.
Yeah, he was
Is
nice.
that his brother?
Yeah.
No relation.
He put on a couple of nice shots as
Cause
well
what?
in
He was
defense.
tackling
Yeah.
his heart
Yeah.
out.
Cause
For-
how-
as
no,
a
I'm
de- as
talking
a
about nice
debutant,
shots. What's his name?
Preston. I think.
Preston won you the game.
Yeah.
And did you hear
No,
what
it
the
wasn't.
commentator said? You might be confused because Warren Smith and our good mate Blocker Roach
They both said it
well
was
done, Harry Hayes.
Harry Hayes,
Yes,
yeah,
they
yeah.
both said Harry Hayes.
And I looked up. I'm like, that's not Harry. That's definitely
Because
not
Harry
Harry.
Hayes
It
took
was
the
a
hit up
fucking
and then they
knock.
was like, oh, look at him. He made the tackle and you took the hit up
It
in
was
the
a
next
nice
set.
hit.
Blocker Roach just added again, isn't he? He can't do
Bro,
wrong.
it's so bad.
But yeah, on Ryan Gray, bro, it was a solid debut.
Definitely.
I think one more Grey and we renamed the Souths to 50 Shades of Grey. But
Is there any? There's a few more Greys in the comp, isn't there? Aaron Gray. Imagine Aaron Gray comes back.
He played for you,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
did. Yeah.
Bring him back. Don't worry about moving to Allianz Stadium, bro. Let's get a petition for
Hey,
50 Shades of
They
Grey.
got denied. Did you hear what that happened? They got denied.
Yeah,
for
they
the
got denied.
Allianz. Bro, how embarrassing!
Bro, all the Roosters fans are clowning you.
They signed a petition to try and get people to move the games there. The Minister of New South Wales Sports and stuff came out and said, no, we're not allowing it. Bro, how desperate are they?
Well, bro, when you turn up to a game like that and there's 3 people in the borough, there was more people than teeth.
Yeah, that was absurd. How many people were in the borough? That was
Bro, it was a
embarrassing.
Sunday with shit weather. What do you expect?
Yeah.
What was,
Yeah,
it, what was the
I
attendance?
thought,
Was it 6 or 7,000?
I actually don't remember.
It was nothing.
remember
Well,
seeing
you
it.
weren't
I
there.
was
And
actually
you
shocked.
weren't there.
Yeah, so
Fake fans.
too bad of us. Sorry.
Fake.
Sorry.
No,
Just stop
but
Don't you
pushing
just
it
love
around.
how all the Dogs fans all of a sudden they're, oh, go the Dogs, look at us go when they're first, but when they're last,
bro, you know, we were looking at
We're
attendance.
talking about when we were last. As
we
if
were-
that's not going to lead to a change.
I know, but you guys claim to be the most fucking loyal fan base. That's not loyal to me, mate.
That's what our players say about us.
passionate and loyalty are 2 very different things.
Definitely, for sure.
I don't think you guys are passionate. I think you're just passionate to make noise.
Okay, I think we're directing
Once
this at
again,
the wrong person
dumb
right now.
lebos. Dumb lebos.
Dumb lebos, mate.
Bro,
Dumb lebos.
I swear to
It's
God.
just 2 teams that can't handle the loss to the Bulldogs. So they
Absolutely
aim it
right,
at the
yes,
fans and
yes.
they go for
Hey,
the
you
Two
guys,
salty
you
people.
guys
and
have
they're
to
both
be.
agreeing with each
Very
other.
salty, yeah.
Like
because-
apparently every other club doesn't have bad fans, but I've been to a couple
Only
Dragons
us,
for
no,
games
only
and
us.
bro, it's
Yeah,
Hey,
they're top
Hey,
tier.
we finished 12th last year. We had 5 sellouts. That's
Good on you.
loyalty. Tigers sold out 3 games last year. What did you guys have 3 years ago? 6,000 at fucking Accor Stadium.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
play at Belmore, they sell it out.
Sell out at Belmore's
Exactly.
14,000 cons.
No, they push 20 there, don't they?
You
It's
can push
closer
close to
to
20.
20 than 14.
Because when they sold out the Dragons Dogs game, it was 16,000 there. And that
that
was
it?
sell out. Yeah, Belmore doesn't hold a lot.
Doesn't hold that much. It holds about 16, 17.
Well, you've got a fucking pole in the middle of the fucking in the middle of the
it
hill,
needs to
though.
be redone.
Well, you're doing the fucking stadium, the state of excellence, whatever the fuck.
Center of excellence.
Center of
Center of
excellence.
state.
State.
State thing the
Far
same.
off that, bro.
But bro, the Dogs had more drums than fucking South fans. Bro, you're not moving to Allianz anytime
I
soon.
think
mate.
there was more drums in South's teeth there. 100%,
Easily,
bro.
comfortably.
And, you, honestly, I've refused to go to a Bulldogs game. I swear to God, I can't do it. I actually can't do it. It actually burns my soul.
Honestly, be dead honest with me. Does it not piss you off when you see this new generation Dogs fans?
Bro, they're just going.
It pisses me off when I say new generation fans in general.
No, but
We're
the Dogs
getting
fans,
old enough that we just hate young people.
Yeah, pretty much. We look at the stupid shit we do. We're like, bro, why?
People are calling us unk. Shut up, unk.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
But we did some stupid shit when we were
Yeah,
young.
we did.
I know.
bro.
Yeah, we
You
did.
get older,
Yeah,
you
even
get
you learn.
those-
But
you
not,
get
not,
to
not
young
like those
people.
kids.
Bro, did you see the?
But some
There's
of
a
them
video
go
going
overboard,
around.
man.
I sent it to you. I don't know if I sent it to you boys, but there was like a young girl having a go at like the
Yeah, I
South fans
saw it.
at the end
I
of the
saw
game,
it.
bro.
Look,
Like,
you don't know
I
the
saw that
context.
video.
You don't
I
know
saw
the
that video.
context.
Yeah, obviously.
But when you look at a short clip of that, you don't.
all right,
you
but
think
if you want
she's
to
in
take
the
it
wrong.
back against the Knights, there was a girl that got king hit by a Dogs fan, and I think he got arrested at the end of it. He king hit a girl.
No, it's nothing new for the Dogs fans.
Not.
do you expect anything less? I don't
mm,
know, bro. I think it's just more so this new generation of kids that just don't listen and all that shit, bro. They
Bro,
just,
younger people these days are just so entitled.
just to cause havoc, bro. That's all they do. They know they can get away with everything as well. Before we were actually scared of our punishment and stuff, bro. The kids these days, this is off topic, bro.
Yeah, straight out.
I'm getting my
getting-
feels.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Parents raised me a better man.
we need to stop before because I live near Belmore, bro. They might fucking come straight after me.
Whoever wants his addy, hit me up.
Hey, you got a
We
few
know,
people chasing you now, huh?
Oh, bro.
Let's not go there. Let's not go
talk about it.
Nah, it's better for all of us. We don't.
You're a wanted man, Gene.
Bro, I'm gonna have wanted posters everywhere I go. Wanted in Manly, wanted at Cogra, wanted in Belmore. Where next?
Posted by Shane.
Fuck
What
that,
would your
bro.
reward be? That's what I'd love to know. What would Gene's reward be if he
Oh,
was
at the
found?
moment, probably
Who's
like,
posting it? Who's posting it? Is it Shane?
Let's see Shane posts a reward to capture Gene. What would the reward be?
Carl Flanagan gets
A
dropped.
dinner. I reckon it's a dinner with Carl Flanagan.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, honestly, Carl, if you ever watch my videos, I want to take you out to lunch and we can sit down. I promise you, it
Wine
won't be
and dine.
it won't be anything aggressive. I just want to talk to you, bro. I genuinely just want to make a video with you of me just speaking to you about your footy career.
I actually think Shane's like a Lebo dad. Like, honestly.
My
No,
son is number
You keep
one.
doing it. You keep doing it. My son number one.
Bro, he reminds me of the Adam Dewey fans.
Let's not go there.
You want to Gene? Be careful. You're treading on thin ice, buddy.
Hey, boys, who was your player of the round?
I'll go first. My player of the round is a person whose name I can't remember right now. It's
You had Herbie.
I had Herbie Farnworth, yes.
Did you want to change?
I'm going to stick to Herbie Farnworth. I would have gone someone else, but it's already taken. Like,
Just someone here picks 3 players.
But I just say.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
honestly, like, he's on, like, what, 8 or 9 tries, try consecutive games?
Oh, well, to be fair,
I know it was a freebie.
to be fair, I
I
think
know
the
it was-
Dolphins...
Nicarima had him as captain.
I think
Did you
this-
see the memes on that, bro? I couldn't stop laughing.
Your team is that bad when like someone just gives away a try. That's under 12s, bro.
No, look, I think the Dolphins are actually feeding into that, that thing that, because I think Kyle Ira has the record now, and Herbie's like 1 or 2 games
Yeah,
behind
he
him.
wouldn't be more than one off him.
I think they're feeding into it. And obviously, if you're playing NRL and you got a teammate that's
Yeah,
close
you
to
give
the
him a
record.
record. Of
Especially
course,
when
you're going to give it to
when
him.
the game's wrapped up anyway.
Hey, look, I don't think Shaba would pass.
No way in the world! Shovel dummy. It'd go the opposite direction.
Bro,
I'm
even if
scoring
he
that.
went to pass, he would have lobbed it over his head.
Look, I just think what Herbie's doing for that team, he adds so much to them. They'd be struggling in their outside backs without him massively.
he's like I said, takeaway critter. He's the best center in the game right now.
Definitely. Charlie?
I went Kikau.
Oh, you wrote it down this week?
Yeah, I did.
Well,
Last week he's counting on his fingers.
Not him, not him, not him, not him.
Remember who I put?
Not him. Where did I put it again? Nah, Kikau. I reckon Kikau had a really solid game against Rabbits, man. Defensively. Yeah, bro. Defensively, offensively, he was 100% the whole 80 minutes.
Every run came with purpose.
Yeah.
For the first time,
And
maybe
yeah,
for the
I know,
Dogs.
but first-
He didn't
first time
take a
seen
slow
it in a
run.
while.
Captain
He did not
Billy,
take a
mate.
slow run.
Not at all. Not at all, bro. And him defensively as well didn't miss a beat. So
Completely switched on.
I reckon he had a really good game.
I chose anyone from the left edge from the Dolphins.
Yeah, he chose
Could
fucking
make the
everyone.
team. But like I said, if someone does that, I think Brady was my player of the round this week. He absolutely killed it. It's one of the best
Yeah.
games I've ever seen him play. And more
Easily.
importantly, probably one of the best games I've seen a hooker play this year. He actually killed
Yeah,
it, bro. I
definitely.
can't think of a round this year where a hooker actually stood up and said, we said that was, other than Little coming off the
I was going to
bench,
say maybe Little against Broncos.
when he makes that
even
impact.
against the Dogs.
But for an 80-minute
Yeah.
performance of a hooker, I actually think it was one of the best.
You know what? Who did have a good game like that? It was Wade Egan, like 2 or 3 weeks ago
Yeah,
when
he
coming
did
back off
play as
injury.
well.
He had that sort of good game. But yeah, no, Brayley did have the best hooker
I
performance.
think it was
this year.
more so, I saw him more as player of the round because he actually shone in that team. Look, Wade Egan played good that game, but there was other people around him that actually playing good. Where from that game, all I can think is
I think Brayley single-handedly won him that
He
game.
was the only good player in the
Easily.
first half.
all I can think
the only
of
good
is
player.
Brady and Katoa from that game. I can't think of any other good player.
Trindle's high kicks.
Anyway,
Nah, my player of the round is Cody
Flanagan?
Nicarima. Such a player, bro. Yeah, because it reminds me of those Raheem Sterling memes. One of the believable players of our generation.
I can't believe I watched him.
strikes feet into the fans when he walks on the field.
That was the best.
Most believable performance this week.
Bro.
Nah, but my player of the round was Cody Nicarima, bro. You
What
know
a player.
he's been copping some stick. Well, maybe not this year, but a couple of over the last year, saying like, is he the right fit for the Dolphins? And he's been pulling the strings this year, bro. He's been
excelling.
helping
Yeah,
Katoa
definitely.
a lot.
But off the back of 3 50-point games, like obviously everyone's going to be talking about
Yeah,
him.
no shit. And obviously he's a half, but he fucking killed it that game, bro.
He
He
did
was
play well.
everywhere. He had his hands on everything.
Everyone from that left edge played well, bro.
Dolphins, man, they're a fucking scary team.
Even
the real
Lululemon
deal.
played well, bro.
Lululemon.
Lululemon playing. good, bro.
Lululemon jumped
Lululemon's
over
been
Gutherson
alright.
last week, bro.
He's-
Labubu doll.
Back to back, man. He's playing really well.
Yeah, bro. We got our player of the rounds in, bro. Who's your Flanno Express?
Oh,
of the
let's
round?
go, baby.
This
let's
one
go.
I actually do remember.
Wait, before you start. Shabo, did you write yours down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Don't worry about me, bro.
I named him as my player to watch last round, and he just shit the bed.
That was bad.
He
One of the
shit
worst
bed.
calls.
How upset he
DCE,
is.
You
Look how
had your
upset he
chance
is.
to prove a point. I thought you'd do it, and you were just the worst player on the park. Every kick he put was wrong. He put him dead. He put him too high for 7 tackles.
Hey,
failed.
you were shaking watching that game, eh?
I'm shaking all the time, but that was worse.
You were shaking. Fuck. I put him as player to
Honestly,
watch.
I think
Shocker.
DC is just checked out mentally.
He might be.
I think he's ready to go cash in that bag at Roosters, bro.
Honestly,
He's
at
been
this
going
point, I
through a
think
lot,
Roosters are
bro.
going to pull out.
He's been
I don't
going
blame
through a
him,
lot.
man.
They're
bro.
going to pull out like Adam 22 on Leonard the
What the heck? What the heck? Where did that come from?
But nah, he's been through a lot in terms of his career talk and
Yes, he
getting
has.
sacked for Origin. He's been
Not
through a
Adam
lot.
22. We're talking about DCE here.
He's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot. He's been through the ringer.
So is Adam 22. He's been through a lot. His wife's been through a lot.
I did not know we were that kind of podcast.
Thanks, bro. Change the subject.
Please
Go on,
go.
Charlie.
Take
Go
it
on,
from me.
This bloke's having a meltdown. Do you know who else has been through the ringer?
Tell me.
Jack Turpin's haircut.
Yes.
Bro, so
Hey,
bad.
Hey, dude, what was the movie where he's like, I thought I told you to shave your sideburns?
It's from The Simpsons. It's from The Simpsons.
It's from The Simpsons.
I said shake those sideburns.
That's my
It's
Flanno
Mr.
Express.
Burns.
His
It's
haircut.
Mr. Burns.
His haircut. Just Jack Turpin's
Yeah,
haircut.
that's not bad.
That's a big one.
That's not
man.
bad.
Far out. Worst I've seen.
Look, bro, I need a moment, man. I swear to God, that was so uncalled for.
Yeah, I really didn't think that's who we
You
were.
caught me
here.
off guard big time, man. My Flanagan Express of the round is the co-pilot of the Flanagan Express. Look, I know we haven't even spoken about him enough because he needs more attention.
Which one?
Who?
Captain Shane.
Yeah.
I think Flanagan just.
Well,
It's,
one sec. This is how a father-son combo should look. Like this. Writing books about winning premierships, you fucking moron.
I think honestly, the bus, the Express, is named after Kyle, but I think Shane is the pilot.
Yeah, yeah.
Shane, bro, that
No,
honestly,
Kyle's the
co-captains.
pilot, but he's the co-pilot.
Co-
I don't
captains.
even know where to start. Like after all the shit he's been saying this week, bro, he's
Honestly, it's starting to seem like his responses on the media are like directed at me, bro.
It almost feels like he's joking, but like it feels like he has to be running amok right now.
Yeah, no, he can't be serious about
He's
him
not
saying
really
his son.
serious.
He is. I
He's
know he
serious.
is. I know he's being serious, but it sounds like it
It
can't
makes
be.
you wonder, bro. Is he watching the same game as us?
Bro-
I'm telling you, it's actually. I'm convinced he's like reincarnated a Lebo dad, and he's saying my son's the best. I'm telling you, like he actually thinks his son is the best player in that team.
Can't change his mind.
What is
there's
he
no way.
watching, bro?
I don't know, bro, because when people actually message him, drop your son, he'll reply to he actually replies on Instagram saying, what game are you watching?
I'm waiting for the it's JC.
Someone sent him my video this week of me losing it at his response.
Well, he saw it.
Yeah, he saw it and he's like, go away, you fool. What a moron.
So now Ben Cray hates you.
Ben Craig does not hate me.
That definitely does sound like a Shane response. But.
Yeah, definitely.
Kyle,
And
you're
yours,
bullying
Jane?
you again, Kyle.
My Flanno Express.
Hit
Oh,
us.
this hits home.
Hit us.
He copped it. Brendan beat on my brother, the fucking moron.
Bro, if I was next to your brother that game, I would have bashed the shit
Hold on,
out
what
of
did I
him.
miss?
His TikTok.
No.
He blocked me.
Listen, I
We're
think-
gonna win. We're gonna win. Look at that.
No, listen to me. We're winning 18-6 halftime.
Right.
Everything's going well. Dickhead goes outside with a phone and with other dickhead, the younger brother, filming
Yep,
him.
Yep.
With the Telstra ad.
Don't bring little dickhead
He's
into it.
the-
He's all right.
He's the one that recorded him, the prick.
Don't say he did the walk.
He did the Telstra walk saying when your team's up at halftime. I turned to him at halftime and I'm like, you fucking jinxed us, you little prick. He's like, oh, like, hey, I don't give a fuck, I'll do it again.
How's it go? How's that noise go?
Which one?
You know which one?
Which one?
The
The
Telstra
song, the
noise.
song. Do the whistle. Do the whistle.
Bro, can you?
I'm not doing no whistle.
Hey, imagine playing FIFA and that song comes up after you get smashed 3-0.
You know what that
I'll
reminds
break
me
my
of?
TV.
Do you remember back in the day where you had a box of broken remotes and there was like 12 of them?
Yeah.
That's what it would
12,
be.
eh?
Charlie was a
Bro.
serial offender.
You open up a drawer and there's just 12 controllers all smashed.
Bro, one of them had like an X button missing. There was a fucking Xbox controller with like the PlayStation remote on it. He was fucked. But no, Brendan's going straight on the Flanno Express. You know, at full time, I made a video about it because I lost my shit and
Yeah.
he made the video. Everyone saw my video and they went straight to his comments and they're like, you jinxed us, Yahu Sharmota, you jinxed us.
Oh, they all jumped on
Bro,
him as
yeah,
well.
they all fucking raped him in the comments, bro. Because he absolutely got bashed.
Good old Brendan.
That's not good old Brendan, bro. That's just normal Brendan. It's not good to him, man.
You know what burns me? The next day we were, not the next day, it was because we played a Friday. We went to work on Monday, and I'm like, was it even Monday? I don't know. The next day that we
Saturday.
were at work,
The game was it on a Thursday, the game?
No, the game was
Yeah, it was
Thursday.
Yeah,
Thursday,
then
so
it was Friday, yeah.
yeah.
and then we went to work the next day, and all my cousins and that, because we all work together, we were all laughing about it, and we're like, bro, you jinxed us? First response, like, hey, I'll jinx us again. I don't give a fuck. It's good views for me. I'm just using
worried about
JC
the
to get
views.
views, bro. Fuck him. He doesn't
worried
give a
about
fuck
the
about the
views.
footy.
Just
That's
worried about
poor
the clout.
form. That's actually very
He's
poor
just a clout
form.
chaser. I know where he gets it from, but he's definitely just a clout chaser.
Wait, can you tell me why he blocked you?
No, because
Hey, first of all, do you blame him?
Partially my fault.
What?
Do you blame him for blocking?
Partially my
Honestly, I don't blame him.
no, bro, I'm not active on TikTok really. But
Oh,
Hey, there was a point where I blocked you as well.
yeah, I remember that.
I think you've
Do
been
we-
blocked
Do
by-
we want to say why that one was?
That's because you were stupid
Bro,
in the
I don't
fucking
even have
videos.
your phone number.
I think you've been blocked by everyone at some stage.
You
in
know
this
what?
group.
That's fine. That's fine. I've got no issue.
Well, after all those Instagram videos you're uploading of Gladsville,
If anyone gets it, that's not me. Put it in the comments that is not Sam. I'm begging you. I'm
he's glad to
begging.
be in Gladsville, bro.
Ah, Sam.
What's the Darwin one as well?
Oh, that's Shovels, mate.
They're both the same.
No,
man.
Shovels, mate. They asked me if I've been to Hobart. But I've got a toe bath.
He's the funniest bloke.
Oh, Sam. Sam.
There's been some
good
jungle
old
days.
juice
There's-
in all of our
there's-
dinners tonight.
Bro, you know what Jungle Juice does? Adam 22 might like it.
Bro,
Listen-
all right, next. Move on.
Control myself.
Move on.
It loosens you up in
Shut
places
up,
that...
bro.
Move on.
Sam,
Yes.
there's a blank spot here.
Okay.
The hot take.
Yes.
I'm sure you've got something absolutely outrageous.
Look,
Boiling hot take.
maybe.
Because usually when you leave a blank space,
Here we go.
You're
cook
saving
something.
it.
Can't
but you
wait.
don't
Can't
want
wait
anyone
for
to
the
know.
Green Acre Tigers to be the 22nd.
It's been very hit and miss.
I've got a Captain Greenacre Tigers to a premiership in the NRL.
I thought about this. It sort of just it occurred to me before I came here. My hot take is that Parramatta win the wooden spoon this year.
That's not a hot take.
It's a bit of a hot take.
With Moses out for 6 weeks, man.
Look, there's an argument because the Titans are more cold than hot.
I'd say it's a mild take.
Yeah, like it's mild. Like, you know when you go to Nando's and then they got the lemon and herb and then they
They
got
have the
mild?
different
You're lemon and
variety
herb
of
right
No,
now.
sauces.
you're below lemon and herb, bro. You're just stock standard, no flavouring or nothing.
Terrible.
It is hard coming up with a hot take. every
Anyway,
single week.
let's start the hot take. Shaba, what is it?
All right. New segment, hot take, shovel.
Knights to beat the Dolphins this
What's
week.
with you and Knights winning as a hot take, bro?
Bro, it works. Every time
All
I've
right,
said it,
boys.
they've won.
New hot take segment. Then what's your hot
Hey,
take?
I actually got a nice hot take.
What is it?
we
I
go.
think
Knights
Isaiah
to beat.
Katoa.
Knights to beat.
Nice
Knights.
to beat South. They already beat us anyway. I think Isaiah Katoa wins a daily M before Lockie Galvin does. That's
not
my.
that hard.
That's my.
That's not that
You said
hard.
2028, so you think...
he's throwing
Wait,
shade
wait,
because
wait,
he said
wait,
it's not that
no,
hard.
no,
Bro,
one second.
that's
No,
not
one
that
second, one
hard.
second,
This
one
bloke
second.
said he
Wait, one
changed. He had to
second.
change his
No,
answer.
Galvin
One
on a very
second.
similar
You
level.
said-
You
one
said
second.
27. You said
I said
27.
28.
And
Check
you
the
changed
camera.
it. You
Check the
changed
camera.
it.
I said
One
28.
second, one second. Listen to this. He's saying that's not a hot take. He said Galvin Dali M.
I said it's not that hot.
Listen to this. He said Galvin Dali M by 2027.
Daily M.
Then changed it to 2028. So he's saying it's not a hot take because
Check the
Katoa's got
cameras.
2 years.
Check
All
the
right,
cameras. I
so
said
if we
28.
all right, we go 28. So that means Katoa winning the Dali M in 2 years' time is not a hot take.
No, because if my hot take is wrong, then it doesn't even matter.
Sorry, can someone?
No. I'm serious. You gotta jump back on your mate over there. You need Adam 22 in your ass straight out.
Hey, let's go back to the segment before Flanno Express of the week. It's Sam.
What's wrong with this episode, cuz?
Hey, he started it, bro.
Hey, no. This
If
guy.
Adam 22 gets brought up one more time here,
Hey, honestly.
What are you going to do about it? Sam?
Hey, honestly, he's saying it's not a hot take, but he said Galvin
I
by
said
3
it's
years.
not that hot of a take.
So Katoa winning in 2 years' time is not a hot
No,
take.
mind you.
He's not saying that. That's not his hot take right now. All he's saying is that he wins it before Galvin. So let's say
But
Katoa
we're
wins
basing
it.
it off your.
Why are we basing it off mine?
Because
That's not
that's
what
your
he
logic.
said. That's not what he said, but
So okay, so
That's
you're,
not what he
That's
said.
not what I said. But your logic is
Galvin wins one.
this. So
Yeah.
if Galvin wins it by 28, I'm saying then Isaiah Katoa wins it by 26 or 27.
that's not what you said.
But
If that's what you mean,
In correlation to
then
your
I'll
hot
change
take.
my opinion. That's not what he said, but
No,
if
but-
he's saying that he wins it by 27, then yes, it's boiling. It's very hot.
but your opinion is that Galvin will win it by 28.
That
so
was
then,
my hot take.
yeah. So that's your opinion, yeah?
Yeah.
So then, if his opinion is Katoa wins it by Galvin, wins it before Galvin, then you should say, oh, he's not winning it before 28.
That wasn't his initial hot
I
take.
say you're now back
Hey,
down
no,
out of
I'm
the
not
hot take.
backing down. That's not what he said. All he said is he wins it before Galvin.
Express. You're telling the bin at this point.
You're turning the bin, mate.
That wasn't
Go
his
sit
initial
down over
point.
there.
That wasn't his point.
Go face the corner. Gene, what is your hot take?
My hot take, this is actually boiling. Dylan Lucas in a better team is the best second rower in the game.
That's not even a hot take, bro.
That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take.
He's already one of the best second rows in the game.
It's not that hot.
It's not that hot.
Look,
I
impressions
think-
are terrible.
I think there is a lot more
Wait,
well-rounded.
Wait,
second
let
rowers.
me do an impression. That's not a hot take.
I don't sound like that.
Look,
I don't sound like that.
head shake as well.
The head shake was right, but
It's
I don't
starting to sound like
that.
Gus now. I didn't say that.
That's what
I didn't say
You're
that.
in denial, just like your mate.
No, but Dylan Lucas and in a better team is the best second rower in the game.
I'm not about the best. Who's the best second rower? In the
Right
game?
now, Hudson Young.
Kick you.
Oh, for fuck's sake, the Bulldogs fans, man.
Well,
You know,
if-
you're actually, you know what? The funny
this
thing
way.
is, he's gonna have people that actually agree with him.
I know.
Look, put it this way.
My brothers.
If it's kicker, then Dylan
He's
Lucas.
a blue.
He's because what did we eat? What did you have for dinner, mate? What did you have for dinner?
I can't even remember right now. What did I
What
eat?
did you have for
I ate
dinner?
burgers at home, bro.
Huh?
I ate a burger at home.
Because what do we have for
no,
dinner?
I ate two burgers.
What's dinner?
Because what the fuck's happened to us this week?
Sadly, what's
dinner?
dinner? Oh, I'm on a diet.
Diet, you just open up the shapes.
Seafood diet.
That's the best one.
Fucking
I'm on a
seafood
diet. Bang.
Sam, I heard you got a new segment to introduce for us.
Yes, I have an idea for the boys. Okay, so
Anyway, next segment. So, who's tips?
I have an idea.
That's not a hot take. That's not a hot
That's not a new segment.
All right, the head shake's right, anyways. Okay, so what I'm going to get you boys to do is you're going to be blind ranking halfbacks.
Blind ranking
All right,
halfbacks.
like that.
No, only what you say. You don't need to use your head.
Okay.
Okay, go. Start. I'm ready.
Put the tail on the horse, Gene.
I'm ready.
Okay, so you have to name them.
Put the towel on the donkey.
Mate, you might be excluded soon. You might be excluded. Okay, so you got to rank them between 1 and 5.
And you just randomly say them one by one?
Yeah. Okay. So they're all in the last 10 years. Everyone's watched them play. So it's
Okay.
fair. First up, we've got Mitchell Pearce.
Yeah.
So where does he go in your 1 to
you gotta
5, you
rank him
moron?
between 1 and 5. But you don't know who's coming next.
Oh,
Bro,
I don't know who's coming next.
I either got a feeling this kid has got the best halfbacks lined up.
I know what
or,
he's, no, I
or
know
the
what he's done.
Oh, it's all funky as
or
fuck.
the shittest halfbacks ever.
I know what he's done, but you guys go.
I didn't
know
tell
what
them
he's done?
Yeah, I already know. He's going to stitch us up at the end.
Yeah, he is.
Did you look at my list?
Do I need
No,
to
I
say
didn't.
something, or do I can just skip in my head?
Converse. No,
I've
converse.
you
got a
have to say
feeling.
it.
Converse.
I've got a feeling he's
No, I'm
leaving
not wearing
someone to the
Converses.
very end.
We all know who he's probably leaving to the end.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Is that true?
It's
Changing
not
it
true.
right now.
The head shaking you straight
No,
up.
it's not.
Look at him. Look
No,
at him.
it's
Look
not.
at his long
Let
knees
me
on.
quickly
Those-
change
those-
it.
those-
No, this is unedited. This is unedited.
Let's say 3, bro. I don't know. What
It's
he's
the safest
gonna go.
option.
I think
to
I
always
was
go
gonna
for
go 3 as
Mitchell
well.
Pearce did well in his
Look,
time,
Mitchell Pearce,
bro.
I know I play the game of footy with you, but I'm going to have to go 4.
Okay, he's going 4.
That's crazy.
Do we
Can
have to
our
do
own
it?
list
Like,
or
can't we
is
have
it
our
like
own
that?
list?
I think it's better if you all agree.
Oh,
Do you want us all to agree?
I'm gonna
Oh,
push for
okay.
3. I think we got 2.
Alright, we'll
Three.
go 3. We'll go 3.
Three.
We'll go 3.
Okay, next up you got Sean Johnson.
Okay.
I think he was
2.
better than Mitchell Pearce.
For glimpses.
Are we talking overall career?
Mitchell
or-
Pearce won a premiership.
What's the question? Is it someone that we're gonna have in our team, like
No, you're blind ranking them between 1 and 5.
overall,
based on their career?
Yes, based on their career.
Oh, not just on their
World
career, as a
Cups.
player as well. Well,
Oh, is
Mitchell
that-
Pearce has won Origins, he's won premierships.
I think Mitchell Pearce was more successful.
But Sean Johnson, as an
successful, but as an
individual, I think is a more talented.
But we're talking career.
Of course, more talented.
Do you want to talk about them as an individual player or like their accolades?
Who you'd put, like, in terms of halfbacks you'd take?
I'll take SJ.
Oh,
over.
then
I'll
yeah,
I'll
I'll
take
take
SJ
SJ,
over
of
him,
course.
but-
Then I'll put him at
Alright,
2.
Let's put him at 2.
Yeah, we'll take SJ at 2.
Okay, next up you got Chris Sandell.
5.
Number 1.
6. 6.
What I'd do to say Chris Sandler put a shoulder charge on again, bro.
That's what
Against
I'm
English.
I'll take him in my team in a heartbeat.
We got to say 5. Oh,
Five,
you happy with
five,
5?
five.
Yeah, all
We're
right,
going
5.
I think there's one worse, but I genuinely think there's one
What
worse.
do you want to say 4 then?
Well, there's no difference between 5 and 4, so
There is a difference.
There's definitely
there
a
isn't.
difference.
So if you
No,
finish
it counts.
4th and you finish 5th, is there a difference?
It counts 1, 2, 3, 5 apparently.
1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. What are we taking him at?
5.
I'd say 5. I'm happy with 5.
Bro, Sam, if you stitch us up.
I'm
You
not
wanna
gonna
push
stitch
for?
you up.
I'm happy to vouch for 4. if you
Yeah,
wanna
alright,
push
fine.
for
4, 4, 4.
I'd
Bro,
say-
only for his shoulder charge.
All right,
Alright,
4.
4.
Okay, next up I got Nathan Cleary.
1.
1. That's not even.
Next.
Idiot.
What should it be like? Edgy Johns or something.
Last up I had Trent Hodkinson.
5. I'm happy with this
I'm
list.
happy with that list. Oh, shut up, man.
Shut up.
Come on,
Bro,
bro.
Trent Hodkinson's an Origin winning halfback. You're happy to put him below Chris Sandell?
Yes.
Yes.
Does he shoulder charge English?
No.
Alright, fine.
No.
Yeah, alright, fine.
No.
Okay.
So what was our list?
So on first you had Nathan Cleary. Second you had Sean Johnson. Third was Mitchell Pearce. Fourth was Chris Sandow. And last you guys had Trent Hodgkinson.
I genuinely actually wouldn't change that
Me
list at
neither.
all.
I
I'll
actually
probably
wouldn't change
change
it.
Chris Sandow and Hodgkinson around.
Bro, Hodgkinson had one good year for you guys, mate. Get over it.
Get out
Stop
of here.
living in the glory
When
days.
was Chris Sandow ever like a standout player? At least
All the
Hodgkinson was
time.
a stand. In what way? He carried the bunnies
Bro.
to any success?
Individually, I think Sandow was a lot better than
He
Trent
had a lot
Hodgkinson.
more talent than Hodgkinson, I'll tell you that much.
Hodgkinson was a better game manager by
Oh,
a country
Enough,
mile.
enough.
By
I've heard enough of
absolute
you.
mile.
You need to stop eating whatever you ate tonight because you're banned.
It was just
No
a
more
bit-
burgers. No more burgers.
Special sauce. I don't know what special
No more
sauce you
burgers.
have.
All right, so boys, we had a new segment, but Ben wasn't here last week. He introduced this segment.
I was.
Yeah, he was on a diet. No, but we had the confirmation of the Perth Bears and their coach and everything. But his question is, as a young 20-year-old coming through the ranks, you've got two options. You go to the Bears on $1 million a season for 5-year contract, and you'll be the marquee player there, or you sign with a top 2 team. So, for example, we'll say like Penrith last year or Melbourne on $300K a year. What do you do?
So how much am I on in the Perth Bears? Sorry,
$1 million.
Just doing something.
So you said
Mil?
you're 20
Yeah.
years old?
Yeah,
And
So
for how
it's-
many years with the Perth Bears?
5 years.
It's basically being a
Or
marquee.
3 years for $300K at a top 2 team.
Marquee signing, thrown in the deep end
That's
to struggle with that team, or you just go to another team, get a bit of experience, win a premiership as a
is the
a squad
premiership
player,
guaranteed?
basically.
Yeah, you might come on as a utility. You're guaranteed your starting, you're guaranteed
But
a
is that
squad spot.
premiership you guaranteed?
You're not guaranteed a premiership, but you're going to a top 2 team where you're contending for a premiership.
Bears.
I'm taking the Bears.
Bears.
I'm chasing that bag, bro, 100%.
Am I the only fucking bloke
Bro,
that
you're
would-
gonna be finished. You have a
You're
5-year
20
career.
years old, cuz.
All right, you're You're
rugby
20
league
years
career-
old.
a
Okay,
rugby-
you go to Perth.
A rugby
Bears.
league career
Listen to
lasts
me.
for how long? 15 years?
Bro, it can last for 2 weeks.
I couldn't
Or
give
it
a
can,
fuck.
exactly
It
right.
can last for 2
I couldn't
weeks.
give a fuck.
It can last for 15 years or it can last for 5.
You're guaranteed, but not only that, you play what? How long was the contract at Dolphins?
5 years.
Bears.
5.
5.
That's $5 million, bro.
It's
Not only
$5 million.
that,
And you're at
And you're
25.
still at
You're telling
25.
me-
You're
you're
not
telling
even
me
at the peak of your
after
career
that,
yet.
after that, you're going to go from 1 million to what? 200K at another club.
Yes,
bro?
because
No,
you're a marquee
no,
player
you're
at
getting
20
big
years old.
money.
Imagine you end up being a very, very bad player. I
Go
don't
to
wanna
Super
be-
League, bro. You'll get them more money than there.
And you've made your 5 million anyway, bro, in the 5
For
years
me,
you've played.
if you speak to any player or like, obviously, if you...
I know what you mean. Make your
If-
name of yourself, win a premiership, and then later on
Bro,
in
like
that
for
career,
example-
you will get
for
that
example,
5-year deal. For
The number
fucking-
one person to look at is Nathan Hindmarsh. How much did he get clowned for not winning a premiership? And he must have made endless amounts of money. You think he cares about the money
But he'll be remembered forever, bro.
for not winning a premiership?
Well,
And he hates it.
You're gonna be remembered as a 14 that comes off a bench that you win a premiership with your team. No, bro. I
No
can't
one's
even
going to remember that.
You told me the early 2000
I
grand finals.
didn't
you
say,
told
Tommy, if you
I
know who
didn't say
Sonny
you come
Luke
on
is.
as a 14. I said you're guaranteed a spot in the squad. Whether you start at 6, you start at 7, you start at 1, wherever the
squad
fuck.
or in the starting team.
In the 17 every week, you're named. So if you're a forward, you could be coming off the bench as a prop.
And it could go wrong. You might not win a...
But for how long? Was it 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
Bro, for me, nothing's
Because for me,
guaranteed, man.
what's better than
except for a value.
what's better than being at a top 2 team and developing yourself for 3 years? You come
No,
out
of
23
course,
years
I
old.
agree.
You've won a premiership, then you can go ask for that money.
Yeah, but still, it's
Same
not
thing.
like
What
you're-
happened with Burton? It's pretty much Burton. We're looking at Burton's career right now.
Bro, what I'd rather do if I was in that position, I'd chase the bag and then look for that at the end.
Well, we just had a mic shit itself, mate. So if there's a bit of a skip in this, I'm sorry to you.
Shane Flanagan's against you.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
Shane
you, mate.
Flanagan's trying to shut us down,
He can
man.
hear us.
He's hacking our fucking cameras.
More
left and
importantly, I think Adam 2 is in the room with us.
Enough.
right. He must be
Enough.
fondling some cameras and fondling Sam under the table. That's why
No.
he's giggling.
Stop shaking, mate. No.
Absolutely not.
All right, boys, we got a follower segment here. So, Eric message saying, do you think the NRL should consider doing Origin 3 weeks in a row in the middle of the season, similar to how the NBA does an All-Star week?
Yes.
I think it's what is it, a rate or hate or what the?
No, like it's a
Just
question.
answer his question.
It's a yes or no question, mate.
Do you think they should be doing it? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Just change the system how it is now.
We spoke about
Which
this
one we
earlier.
spoke about earlier, yeah.
Zion said, do you think Galvin made the right choice moving to Bulldogs?
Zion
Of
Williamson,
course.
what's he doing watching the NRL?
Well, you know mine and Troubles answer.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
He's not winning a premiership with Tigers.
Travis,
Or
lo-
Para.
love the content. What is the Dragons What is the best Dragons half combination for this year? And what's your ideal Dragons right to 17? Best halves? Shane Flanagan and Cole Flanagan. Honestly, it's
Agreed.
Ilias and King Togia.
No, I think it's Ilias and Lush, to be honest.
Yeah,
If you need a kicking game out of one of the halves, Luch boy.
Joseph has my favorite question of the round. What's your favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
What is it?
What's it called? Double Trouble or Double Impact, whatever it is,
Double
where
Impact, I think.
he's got his twin brother and they go on a rampage.
Shittest movie. Anyway, next question.
Do you
I
guys want to answer
I
it?
cannot
can't
think of
recall
a
a
Van Damme
John
movie
Claude
right
Van
now.
Damme.
Wasn't he in Expendables or whatever? In
Well, the
Invincibles?
bloke can't
Hara
move
Halud?
now.
It wasn't the Invincibles. He wasn't the
Expendables.
Arsenal.
Are you
said Invincible.
Is this guy
I just slapped the mic by accident.
This one's shaking, the other one's slapping his mic.
Rugby League Therapy Podcast has the wildest hot take I've ever heard. Halves must be sent off if they kick it dead in goal.
Agreed.
Look, if you said 10 in the bin, I actually wouldn't mind it.
Look, maybe he's trying to say the
fucking
coach should be taking them off. But that's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
That's a hotter take than Sam's.
Don't get me started.
That's not hot.
Don't
That's
get me
not hot.
started.
That's not hot.
That's not hot.
Boys, Origin tomorrow night.
Yes, excellent.
Have you seen the feud between, what's his name?
Billy and Shazza.
Billy and Sharon, the NPC.
What a strange situation.
Bro, what was his reply to Shazza said? What did Shazza say? I know you've got good memory.
He essentially said, Queensland's meant to pick and stick, but Billy's showing his true colours. Be the true grub that you are, the bloke who kicked John Scandalis in the head.
Wow.
Billy turned around and said something along the lines of, being in rugby league media is a privilege. You need to watch what you say. I can handle it, but a previous Queensland coach couldn't.
Wow, good on him, bro.
What do you mean good on him?
He handled that really well. Are you serious? A lot of people would crack under that situation.
It feels a bit
Bro,
extreme to say.
wait. 3 weeks ago when they were bashing Spencer saying biggest grub in history, number one enemy in...
I'm just saying that Billy Smith handled that.
Billy Smith.
Billy Smith?
He
Oh, I
handled
wish,
that
bro.
well. He handled that well.
Why? Don't respond. He's a grub.
It was asked to him. Someone brought it up to him in the media.
Oh,
it was
well, he
awesome.
could have just
At the press
just
day.
brushed it off. Oh, what was the actual question? I don't even know what the
I
actual
think it was
question
just saying, do you have any reply to what Aaron Wood said?
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but why is he bringing up a sensitive topic like that? Oh, but he's
Like over a word like grub. I don't know if
Yeah,
it,
but
I
a
don't know
lot
if
of
it's called
a
for.
lot of people can't take that.
Bro, did you not see what they were saying about Spencer 3 weeks ago?
but Spencer can take it.
Take the dog's head off.
It's fucked.
yeah,
It's a bit of double standards.
It's double standards.
It is. I'm just saying, I'm surprised that Billy didn't crack under that situation.
Billy sounded very composed when
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah,
the clip.
very
He sounded
composed.
very, very together for it.
Well,
Saki knew he was going to get asked about
Yeah,
it.
most
well,
likely.
for him to say something like that, I actually think it got to him.
Yeah, could
be.
Maybe.
Can you imagine the Raging Bull was in that situation?
He'd cry.
With that stink coming out of his ears,
He'd
bro.
cry.
Gordon
Even
Tallis
started
did respond to it.
Did he?
Gordon Tallis said, let me read it to you.
Oh, let's hear what this guy's got to say.
Bro,
Gordon
make sure
Tallis
that
actually-
He's gonna want Aaron Woods to come back and play 80 minutes.
Yeah, he'll tell if Aaron Woods go play 80 minutes.
So Gordon
Bloke stuffs
Tallis
his hair
said,
for a reason.
he got sacked from 6 clubs, so he knows what it feels like. And when Queensland start listening to a bloke that played his last 6 years in reserve grade, we've got problems.
He just railed
He
him.
wasn't that brave when he was a player. He's braver on the mic. Is that a good comeback?
He just fucking railed.
To be fair, Gordon Tallis, when he played for the Dragons, got sat out for 2 years because he didn't want to play. So Gordon Tallis is the last bloke to comment on a player career.
Well, he spoke.
Well, that's just getting personal now.
Yeah, bro. He can't handle it.
Gordon Tallis gets really cut when you talk about either the Maroons or Titans.
Yeah.
Bro, but honestly, is Sharon wrong, bro? Queensland always give it to us saying, you guys don't get Origin, you don't get
Yeah,
Origin, you
definitely.
keep chopping and changing. But they've gone and got rid of their captain and probably one of their most successful players over the last 10
This
years.
season has probably had the worst hype towards Origin
I
in
can't
a long
even, like,
time.
it
And
doesn't
doesn't
feel
even
like
feel
Origin.
like
This is a
Origin,
bit
I
of
swear.
fire. This is a bit of fire in the pot, so it's something for us to talk about
Bro,
here.
Queensland past they're struggling at the moment.
Yeah,
man.
they are.
Blues are in their glory stage at the moment, and they're gonna ride it out for the next 5 or 6
Yeah.
years minimum.
Our
man.
team is supremely better than theirs.
Bro,
by a
by
long
miles, and it
distance.
makes
Hey,
you
but we've
wonder.
seen that happen and
I
we got
know,
fucking
I
pulled.
know.
I've said it before. Origin's not entertaining unless Maroons are winning. If Queensland's winning, then Origin's not entertaining. If we're winning like how we are dominating, it's not entertaining for me. Even poor
This guy's the
He's got
weirdest bloke on
wildest-
earth.
He wants his team to lose
Hey,
every game and then try come back from every
hey,
game.
hey.
And this bloke,
He just loves an underdog
Remember-
story.
He just
remember
loves an underdog
Remember
story.
last year, he's like, don't you get bored of winning?
yeah.
Yeah, he said, do you think Panthers fans are bored right now?
Yeah, because he goes,
Because
because
kept
as a
on
Man
winning.
City fan, I'm bored.
Don't you enjoy struggle street?
No,
and
mate.
Making it out of
No,
that?
No, I'm in struggle street now. Does it look like I'm enjoying it?
I did
can't
not
Look at my
enjoy the
face.
last
Does this
5
look
years.
happy?
I didn't like the last 5 years,
You
bro.
can't win every year, bro.
Anyway, tips. Let's go towards tips.
'Cause
Because I can't handle this
Look,
right now.
Paul Vorden even came out and said it's probably one of the most boring origins he's
Because
watched
they're
in a
not
long
winning,
time.
He's a
mate.
Queenslander. Of course he's going to say that.
Bro, they said Origin's boring when they lost 3 in a row. Then when they won 8 in a row, oh, we're the best. You guys don't get Origin. Go fuck yourselves.
Blues come out and beat Maroons 50 to 6.
I'll be at game 3.
Yeah.
You'll be at game 3?
Yes.
On a 3-0.
Yes.
As
Fair
if you
enough.
wouldn't. I won't be there because I won't be in Sydney, but as if you wouldn't.
If you were in
We'd love
Sydney,
to see the clean
if
sweep.
you
Mate, you didn't even go to the Dogs game. You're going to go to game 3, bro. Shut up.
Shut up.
hey, honestly, would you not still go?
I'd be there.
Bro,
You'd
we went
fucking
last year,
100%
minute
go.
into game 1.
I'd be there.
Bro,
You'd 100% go.
Yeah.
stop talking. Stop
This
talking.
bloke doesn't even know what the fucking
Yeah,
Rabbitohs are.
I'll be there. You are the
Were
most
you there?
unreliable
Were you
bloke
there?
ever.
Were you there? Yes
I'll
or
be
no?
there. I'll be there.
I think I'm going to the game with my
Hey,
dad.
were you
but I
there?
don't know.
Wait, were you there in 2019 when Tedesco scored?
Yeah, I was with you.
You wouldn't want to
All
experience that
together.
again,
Off a 1-1 draw. And they win
brother.
the
We
final
just
minute.
we just won State of Origin, and there's fucking 80,000 New South Wales fans. You think
We've
they're not?
already won at this point.
Yeah, all right, stay at home in bed then.
Okay, okay.
The bloke
So,
is
hey,
the
I'll
bloke
do it next to my heater, warm.
Hey,
this
hey,
bloke is the bloke
you know
that
who's
didn't
the
watch
type?
the Man City Champions League final because I don't know why.
Hey, you
Yeah,
know
he
what?
wasn't with us. Why weren't you
know
there?
He
what?
was in bed.
I was at home watching it.
Could you imagine his
Bullshit. The bloke was at home sleeping.
Could you imagine his team made a grand final and they were like leading 18
won't
or
go.
half time?
He won't- he'll walk home.
Yeah, he'll go home.
Oh, God, what the fuck's
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
bored,
yeah,
we've already
what's the
won, I'm
point?
bored.
We've won, I'm bored. Such a weirdo. But once again, do we have a multi for this game? Just pick a winner,
The Blues game.
2 or 3 try scorers.
I'm going to put Hudson Young anytime. I'm just trying to think. Ponga anytime
Don't think so
and
hard.
Blues 13 plus.
Bro, speaking of Hudson Young anytime, I actually got a funny story. We're watching the game 1, and we're with the boys. And one of the boys turns around and he goes, bro, I got the best multi I ever heard. We're like, what? Tell us.
Stefano anytime.
No. He goes, first time try scorer. You watch, bro. It's paying like 16-1. We were looking at him like, who are you talking about? He goes, I've got Hudson Young, first try scorer.
And he was on the bench.
We all look at him like,
I know who it was
bro,
now.
he's on the bench. What are you talking about? And he's like, oh, shit.
Did this person call you a dog for it as well? Why didn't you tell me you dog?
Bro, I think game 2 is a whitewash. I've got Blues 13 plus. Lomax anytime. Latrell anytime. And I'm from Queensland. I think a forward scores when Harry Grant comes on.
Harry Grant starting.
Oh, didn't they say Kurt Mann's gonna?
I've heard, Gus is the only person I've heard say that Kurt Mann should start. I've actually not heard any other media say that.
Javier's gonna score.
Your multi? Bulldogs 13 plus.
Have you heard that anywhere? That Grant's not starting? I've only heard Gus say, I don't think
I'm gonna check.
Grant
I'm gonna
should
check the
start.
24-hour team.
Nah, Blues are going to win. Good game. 13 plus.
Boring game. Boring.
Yeah, boring
I'm
game.
not gonna
Yeah,
enjoy
no,
it.
I'm not going to watch it. If Blues win 13 plus,
You know,
I'm
if
going to
Blues-
turn off my TV
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah. If Blues score the first try, I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah, pretty much. We've won it. We'll just go home.
They haven't made any changes as of yet.
Anytime
Yeah,
try
it'll only be
scorers,
before
Brian
the game
Toto.
starts.
Lomax, and for the Maroons, try scorers, Ruben Cotter.
Solid. I'm going Blues 13 plus. Trill. I'm gonna go Liam Martin.
Adam 22.
Liam Martin and Val Holmes. I think Val Holmes scores because he's playing centre this time round.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
What they moved Fidel to the wing.
I think Hammer's on the wing
I
now.
thought Val was on the wing. to
No,
be
they
honest.
moved Val into the centres.
just
I
saw it. Why
thought,
didn't it go
I
past
thought he
me?
was on the wing.
No, he's right. Val's playing centre and Fidel's on the wing.
I told you, it's his
Bro,
spot, cuz.
Critter should rip Val apart.
Well, if that's the case, Fidel's
But
scoring.
what's that got to do with Val scoring?
So tips for the week.
Lads, all right. First game, Friday night, we got Tigers versus Canberra in Campbelltown.
Tigers versus Canberra and Campbelltown. Canberra.
Sticky's son got the call up, eh?
Yeah,
Jed
playing
Stewart
on the
debuting
wing.
on the wing.
Is he?
Yeah, his son. I reckon.
Is that who I brought in on Supercoach? I didn't know who it was.
Oh my god! Yeah, it is. Jed Stewart.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a
Congratulations,
son.
Sticky. Could you imagine he scores? He cried
Things-
for Papali'i.
Things will get sticky if he scores.
But he cried for Papali'i. Imagine his son scores.
Yeah,
Oh, no, he's doing front flips.
He'll run on the field and tackle the ref or
Yeah,
something.
I actually think it's gonna be a really good game. I've got Raiders
It'll be a
1 to
good,
12.
yeah.
I got
Raiders
Raiders in a
1 to
close
12,
one.
but it'll be a good game.
Yeah, I got Raiders 1 to 12. Next one, Warriors against Penrith Saturday. Yeah, go media.
Whitewash.
Yeah.
No
We-
Penrith players backing up. I think everyone's going to say Warriors 13
Yeah.
plus.
Big
We're all going
score.
Up
Warriors,
the
13
Waz.
plus.
That's probably my definite win of the round, to be honest.
Up the Waz. Dolphins versus Knights.
Why are they playing in Perth for?
Because of the origin, I guess.
Fins up, baby.
This is the Knights' best 13 that I've ever seen in field this season,
Bro,
so I'm going to back them.
How good's that back line? Have you seen the back line?
Yeah.
Ponga, Young, and
Marzu.
Marzu on the wing.
Yeah.
I thought Marzu did his wrist, but apparently
Me too.
not.
No, it was the shoulder injury, apparently, they said.
I don't know, bro.
Bro, these NRL physios need to be on the Flanno Express.
No one knows.
And then they got Best and fucking Gagai in the centres. It's actually not a bad
It's the
backline.
best back line for
Yeah.
sure.
Bro, it's the best 13 that they fielded all year.
Definitely.
I'm
Dolphins
backing
in
them.
5.
Legs in 5. Off the back of their form, Dolphins 1 to 12.
Dolphins 13 plus, bro. I think they're
No,
going to put them.
I don't know about
Yeah.
13
I
plus.
think Dolphins comfortable.
Nah, you know what?
Newey 1 to 12.
Newcastle do have good defense. I think it'll be a bit of a struggle, but Dolphins will get them in the second half.
Yeah.
I
I'll
think
probably
they,
be too scared to tip Newcastle. like last
Then
week.
the hot take doesn't count.
Alright, fine, I'll tip him.
Benjamin,
Please, we already know.
Benjamin.
Please.
South Sydney, Accor Stadium,
Against
Melbourne Storm.
I'm surprised
Captain
about Allianz.
Pappenhausen.
Is Troll Daddy going to back up?
He probably will, but
He's so fat.
with all the injuries we got, there's probably no point in him backing up. Storm 1 to 12, bro. I can't.
Storm in a tight one.
I can't see us winning.
Storm 13 plus, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say Storm 13 plus.
Fuck, this is a solid game. Brisbane versus Cronulla, 2
Probably
p.m.
my-
Sunday.
Probably my game of the round, that one.
Yeah, probably.
That's a tough one.
Don't know what to
Bro,
expect.
they
from
both either
team.
show up or
Yeah,
they both
That's
ass.
a tough
Yeah.
one.
I'm going to say Sharks 1 to 12.
I'm going Brisbane.
I'm going Brisbane 1 to 12.
I think I'm going to go Brisbane 1 to 12 as well. This is also another good game. We got Roosters Cowboys down here.
I'm not about good, but
It's an evenly matched game.
Where's it played at? At Allianz?
Allianz, yeah.
I think Roosters win comfortably.
Surprised it's not played at fucking Roberts
I
Park.
agree. Cowboys concede way too much.
What's wrong with you?
I've got Roosters 13 plus.
The Cowboys players backing up.
Yeah.
Most likely. It's on a Sunday, either.
You'd think
most
so.
likely.
They got time to.
That's a tough game. I'm going Cowboys 1 to 12.
I'm actually going Cowboys 1 to 12 as well right now.
For Scotty's sake, I hope they do all right.
Scotty too hotty. I feel so bad for him. Last game, Spoon Bowl, Parramatta versus Gold Coast.
I've got Gold,
Gold
Coast.
Coast.
Titans.
No Moses, no Brown.
I got Parramatta
Oh,
13
yeah, I forgot
plus.
Brown's
reckon?
out.
I don't know
I
about
think
that.
Titans had their
13
grand
plus?
final. I think Titans had their grand final.
If no halves, they're playing
Fafita
Josh
is 18th
Papali'i and
man as
fucking.
well.
They're playing Papali'i and
I
what's
think
his
it's-
name? Papali'i 6
I think we're gonna see how the real Gold Coast play
and
this.
Hawkins at 7.
Bro, Hawkins killed Manly, bro.
Yeah, Hawkins did kill Manly, but
Yeah, but Manly killed
like,
himself.
Manly
in saying that.
exactly.
Titans win it, bro.
I've
Who-
got Titans as well.
So who based on those games, who's your player to watch?
Dom Young back. He's a back happy man, back in his colours. I reckon he'll do well.
I think Schnackenhausen against the South will have a field day.
My player to watch is Teddy this week. I think Teddy's going to be all over them.
Do you say him every week?
I've said him for the second time today.
Okay, very nice. You know, I can't decide which two I think are gonna tear up more. I think it's either KO Weeks or Katoni Stags coming up against. I think Katoni Stags coming up against Sharks at Suncorp is gonna pull up hard, but I think KO Weeks is gonna run the show for Canberra this week.
It's a good play to watch.
But yeah,